hopefully we can get to the game.
Thank you so much, Slacks. A very offended Blitz as we do go into game number 1. And Nico's already started with my voice lines, John Expire. Of course, we are here for Team Liquid against the side of OG. The revenge match is here. I wonder, can OG do it or Team Liquid? Are they just too good?
Look, I think the last time these guys played up against each other, so you could attribute a little bit to draft, right? We had some interesting ideas from OG that didn't quite pan out. We saw some laughter. You know, John Anthony Vargas, aka Natsumi, had quite a good laugh. The whole team, look, they washed it off, they rinsed it off, they had a good start in their playoffs. Now, it's time to see if they've learned something, because that's what they've been saying, right? You check their vlogs, they've been like, it's either we win or we learn. And they definitely had a lot of learning last time. I will say, I think Blitz was less offended, more just absolutely bewildered. Baffled.
So are we.
Yeah.
That was before the interview, though.
Absolutely.
Nisha in the mid lane. We'll be up against Yopaj. We're going to have another quick pause.
We get Southeast Asians in the lobby, and then we get the Southeast Asian pauses.
Look at that. The lag comes with us, doesn't it, John?
Yeah.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you for that, Nico. You could have spanned it a bit more when it was on sale, Nico. You know? Yeah, we appreciate it, though.
Yeah. You know, check the market. Maybe someone's selling that old sticker.
I think I saw it up for like $0.01 or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bargain. Absolute bargain for such a good voice line.
That's how much I'm worth, John. It is what it is.
I can't do evaluations, Mike. I'm not a licensed trader.
No.
Not like you. I don't know if you're valued at 1 cent.
Don't bring up trading right now, John. Right? It's a rough market at the moment.
It's funny. Yeah, I get the laugh. It's fun at people's expense. But hey, everything's at some expense, Mike. I'm here at my own sanity's expense.
You are. You sure are. How's this mid matchup going to go? Yopaj and Nisha.
Well, you're getting excited. It's paused. I won't have anything to talk about when you're on pause. I'm going to be stuck staring at this, repeating my same points for another 5 minutes. You know? Let's relax a bit.
Okay.
The vibe. I can tell you about the vibe.
Okay.
All right. And OG. The vibe is apparently good. They've rinsed off that loss. They already won one good series. And they're not letting it get to them. They're like, all right, new series. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we're going to learn some more. They're keeping it calm. Not like, you know, I mean, I love all of our old Southeast Asian teams, but sometimes they get ahead of themselves. They're like, we're on the top of the world. We stand up before the GG's call.
Oh, don't remind me.
You know, this
Shout
time
out to
it's
23
calm.
Savage.
Yeah,
Shout out to you.
Yeah, we love him. Good old New England.
Well, how's Liquid been then, John? If you can provide me so much info on OG, how's Liquid been feeling?
Outside of Blitz constantly getting harassed by Slacks, they're pretty chill too. Like, out of all the teams in the world, Liquid is one of the chillest teams. They can just relax. If they have a rough group stage, it's fine. They bounce back. And now we can look at the game. Mid lane matchup. Here we go. Beastmaster up against Storm Spirit. A pretty stable matchup for Storm and Yopaj as well. As
No.
It doesn't end.
Don't get too excited, John.
Are you
Oh, chill pluck.
Yeah,
Lag continues, Jonathan. Go on. How's Liquid feel?
out of all teams.
Because I know you've talked to him, John.
No. Well, yeah.
You haven't?
Obviously.
Oh.
I have.
Okay.
I have.
How are they?
They're chill.
Okay.
They're relaxed.
Excellent.
You know, as we've seen before, you know, we've had to do many a Liquid interview before in other group stages where their day one is just completely horrendous. You know, we've had that.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you know, it's fine. We also learn. So everyone's learning here. Who will learn more? It's not a matter of winning. It's about learning, Mike.
Right.
It's not the ending. It's the journey.
That's what I
for
tell
both
myself
of these teams.
too. That's what I tell myself. We'll have this pause gone a little bit longer, I'm sure.
What have you learned, Mike LaPhoenix?
Nothing, Jonathan. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not to come here with you.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
At least we're not taking the same flights. That was an adventure.
We did do that once. That was
nice.
Horrible. That was horrible.
I slept well. You had to deal with the snoring.
Yeah.
You know, I took all your space.
You did?
You were very generous. I don't know if you wanted to give me the space.
I had no choice, John. You were asleep.
Thank you. And you're welcome.
I was hoping you would wake up after that.
I was hoping that too.
Oh, don't say that, John. That's not nice. All right, try restart Dota's Tofu.
All right.
Tofu's
Thank you,
giving
Tofu.
the technical support.
And they are restarting Dota.
They are all
Oh, this is
restarting.
amazing.
This is amazing.
Oh.
Now, see, now you're all really stuck with us. Now we actually can't provide any analysis. We're here. This is perfect, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah.
This is where we really shine.
Our perfect moment. Tell me again the story about the possum and why you're blind.
No, we're not talking about the possum again, John. That was embarrassing.
How did the dinosaurs die, Mikey?
The raptor dance,
Ah.
John. It was a very clever joke yesterday. You didn't pick up on it.
I still can't
It was a
pick up
great
on it.
joke.
I still don't understand.
Because it was Dragon Knight dying to
A dragon isn't a dinosaur.
Okay, John, but you know the viewers found it funny.
Yeah.
I watched Twitch chat. They
I
found
it funny because I know the train of thought.
There was like one guy.
Yeah,
He was like, haha, you know, it was good.
you were acknowledged.
I mean, yeah. I'm
There you go.
acknowledged a lot, Jonathan, usually in a pretty bad light, but they do acknowledge me. In fact, I've been acknowledged a lot recently on a certain website. But, you know,
You have been witnessed. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
I've been doing some light reading, been doing some changes, Jonathan, been fixing some stuff.
Changes.
Yes. To our casting, Jonathan.
Oh, yes,
we've
of course.
been fixing things up. Here we go. Let's try again. Yalla, Habibi. The best part is Nico's found how to use it properly.
Yeah.
He's actually using it properly. There is lag.
Goodness. All right. Welcome to Southeast Asia. Oh, I missed this.
This is why we're never getting another SEA tournament, I feel like, ever again. Oh,
There we
God,
are.
there
I was
it
going to
is.
say, we needed to bring it up. It's right there on bot.
Terrifying.
That's it. But you know what? Just make that the main screen and we can talk over it. You know? Look at that.
I'm scared.
Wonderful. Beautiful shakes as well. Oh, yeah.
Trembling.
That's how I feel right now. Oh,
We might have to remake, apparently. That's
Oh.
all right.
All
That's
right.
all right, Ace.
Yeah.
We
Just-
can remake.
just Southeast Asian things, right?
All right. Remaking.
All right.
Well, that's excellent, John.
Excellent. We haven't had this in a while. Exciting times here.
This is literally the story of our careers.
And
This is what we
exactly
do.
it. Exactly it. And you know what? This is I will say this is prime for OG. This is exactly where they want to be. You know, they're in a different country, a strange land, different weather, and now they get the proper gaming circumstance for themselves. A remake. Right? So they're in a good start to game one. A fantastic start to game one already.
This is home territory.
Home
Fizz.
territory.
This is home territory.
Absolutely, and you know,
Amazing.
it's great times. This is exactly what you'd want. You know, I'm sure good old Yopaj is like, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Just like back home. There was one time, I remember a qualifier where Yopaj actually had to run to an internet cafe in the middle. He doesn't have to do that now,
No.
but it's close to it, you know?
No.
It's the vibe.
You know how many times my wife's gotten upset with me because the games went too long, John? How many times that woman's terrorized me over these? I don't have control over the games.
No.
I don't. She'll ask for the player names. She's like, "Who was it?" Like she's gonna do something.
Wait, I just realized, is this Agent Lane at work?
Oh, it
A
might
certain
be. We do
manager
have
had
Lane.
experience with certain things on
do
certain
have-
orgs before.
We do have Lane on deck. How is Lane, by the way? Is he happy?
Yeah, he's chill,
Okay.
right? Like all of OG's chill. He's chilling. He's having to manage a squad of children, but he's fine.
Oh,
Being a child himself.
I know how that feels. It's not easy. I feel you, Lane.
I mean, you have 2 actual children, so you know.
I sure do.
It's proper.
Don't, ladies and gentlemen, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it.
Don't have kids.
You won't sleep again. You know, it's miserable. Nobody's happy. The money goes. You go to work. They spend it. It's hard. The wife's never happy, John. She's never. I lost a bunch of weight. Guess what? Guess who was upset? She was.
You look wonderful, though, Mike.
Well, thank you.
I'm
She
not
didn't
upset.
think so. She didn't think so.
I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does. You know, you look fantastic, Mikey.
Thank you, John.
Just as fantastic as Boxy is on her sticker. I'd want you on a sticker too, Mike. I don't know what I'd do with it. Nothing inappropriate, don't worry.
No.
It's fine.
And you actually have got that Marcy shirt on, which
Yeah.
makes me kind of sick, by the way.
It's a good shirt.
Yeah.
It's from the one time we
The one time.
got to go to TI. That was great.
That one time.
Yeah,
Never again.
good shirt.
Never
Good
again.
shirt. Marcy.
Well done, John.
Yeah, Marcy's great. I have a Dawnbreaker shirt too.
You do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. You might see it sometime soon.
Hopefully not.
No, you actually will have to. I have no other shirts. That's it. That's the only thing we have.
Oh,
And Yeah, so with this remake, we are going back to the previous draft, of course. No changes there. And we will, eventually get this game underway.
Get me in the lobby, John.
It's going to be interesting to see if anything. I don't think anything changes. Maybe you get some aggression, but I don't think we've ever seen a reconnect lead to some aggression here. And I think, again, it's going to be fascinating to see how this kind of pans out when it does shape up. I'm going to have to reset the game. I can't.
Oh, of course.
I have issues as well. You look at the record up against each other in this tournament, it has been pretty interesting. A lot more learning for the side of OG, of course, in comparison to what we have been seeing here from Liquid. Less learning with only one loss, Mikey. More heroes being played by OG. And again, look at that average duration stat. It's gone down from 60 minutes. It's 41 now. Much better stat for OG in comparison to the last time we saw the stat, Mikey.
Absolutely.
60 to 40. That's a huge reduction.
It's certainly a fantastic reduction here from OG.
Unfortunately, coming from losses, but it is what it is.
That's okay. A stat's a stat, Jonathan. A stat's a stat.
And it is a good stat. You can see that journey up here again with that high win rate for Liquid, 88.9 across all the series they've played. OG having to struggle a little bit more, but outside of Liquid, they have managed to fight against these stronger opponents really well, really well.
They sure have, Jonathan. They absolutely have. We should be getting back into the game rather soon. We're actually the ones holding it up for once, so excuse us. But we're coming. John, did you get me into the lobby? You didn't.
No, you're not in the party.
You didn't. Ah. Well, this is getting embarrassing, John.
Blame the cast. The casters launched the game.
This is literally cast to start the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one time you can say cast to start the game.
I can't even invite you again. You do something, you're so private. You just can't be invited to anything. This is why you get 9 reports when you play, when you forget to change your name.
I apologize. I'm trying to get to the party. It's
I can actually the beautiful thing about being together here is that I can actually walk to your desk. Hang on. And we're so sorry. The casters just don't know how to do anything.
Thank you, Filipino tech support.
Sir, let me just type. Sir, you cannot. Sir, you need to restart your Dota. Did you restart?
I did restart it, John.
This is a very strange issue, sir. I will try again. Okay.
Please do.
It's really actually.
Listen. Start the game. It's all right. Start the game. I'm good. I'll do the PGM. It's fine. Start the game.
It's all good. All good. And again, eventually we'll get things away. I can't believe there's been like 0 minutes of game time and we're already set for a banger, Michael Phoenix.
Yeah.
I mean, what have we talked about so far? We talked about you being blind. Absolutely nothing, of course. We talked about mid for like 5 seconds. So hopefully we'll get back to that mid conversation soon. But man, this is truly the C team. OG have really gathered that C success.
They have.
Yeah,
they have, Jonathan.
We have been good for the past few days.
We have. We were so close. OG.
Agent Lane.
We were so.
Agent Lane's a little bit too busy back there. Manager Lane, watch yourself. I know you're hearing this. Watch yourself.
He did this too during the BetBoom Esports era.
Yes, exactly.
A few wire cuts really helped out.
Why would he do it? Wait, he did it to his own team though. He's doing it again. Why?
I don't know. No confidence, I guess.
It's the L in his name.
That's
Agent
true.
L.
That's true.
He
is a big L. Poor old Alphon. It is what it is. I am too, Alphon. Don't worry. We're both losers. It's all right. You're a loser.
No, learners. Learners. Mark.
Right, we're learners. That's right.
Learners.
That's right.
Lots of learning.
No, there's a lot of learning, Jonathan. Not a lot of the game starting at the moment. Oh, there it is. Here it comes, Jonathan. I predict no lag. There is no lag coming. I promise you, this is going to be the smoothest transition back into game one.
If we do have lag left, it's been a while since we had our podcast, and we're all set up here. Welcome to Into the Sea. It's been a while.
Welcome back. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the stock market, John? It's been pretty rough recently. We give PTSD.
The memes have been good.
The memes have been good.
The meme market is up. And if you check the meme economy, I think the meme economy is doing great, Mike.
Yeah.
That's the only economy that matters to me.
Nothing else is doing
good,
Jonathan.
I don't even know what anything else is.
No.
Just numbers and figures.
I literally started opening these PCs trying to find the NVIDIA graphics cards. I really did. I really did. My portfolio is not going to recover otherwise. I'm sorry, PGL. I'm just taking all the graphics cards. I really am. I really am.
Well, at least now they know. Thank you for openly admitting to committing a crime in the future, Michael Phoenix. Good job.
Oh, I know they're not even listening to what we say, John. We're muted. Speaking of mute, there's silencer coming
Oh,
up.
beautiful hero. I will say, I think it's very Southeast Asian to close with silencer in a draft. Just the absolute most... is toxic the right word? Yeah, I'd say toxic. Toxic way to close the draft because no one likes playing against this. No one enjoys playing against the silencer. And, you know, that's probably one of the worst, not the worst hero to play against, but certainly does make you think twice about your life choices when you queue into a game and you get silencer up. We don't see it too much in Pro. It has a lot of glaring laning weaknesses, of course, but it's still going to be annoying here for Team Liquid.
Sometimes I wish I could be silencer at home, John. Just, you know, silence everyone. Bit of global silence. No more crying.
Well, based on your...
Please, no more crying, kids. Enough. Enough. You know what hurts me, John, as a parent? I got this 2.5-year-old.
Yeah.
If I cried as a 2.5, God knows I copped the belting of a lifetime. This girl, she has the easiest.
Yeah.
I buy her toys.
Yeah.
You want a lollipop, darling?
Yeah.
Oh.
She looks for Uncle John.
I got a knuckle sandwich, John.
Oh,
That's
you
what
did?
I got every single day.
Does she?
No, not her, me, John.
Oh.
You think I'm going to admit to abusing my children on
I
stream?
thought she was beating you up.
Oh, but she does.
She is a strong
She
girl.
follows my wife.
And I thought she was like, oh, I don't like you, Dad.
She might say that, John. She can't talk properly yet.
Oh, she likes you. She's a sweetheart.
I don't. Does she?
Yeah.
I don't know. She doesn't.
She's calling every day.
We're in the game. I
are
think we're in the.
soon.
Are we in the game?
Not yet. Soon enough.
Okay.
Soon enough, we will be.
Thank God.
And we can stop hearing about your kids.
Thank
The
God.
sweethearts they are.
All right, here
as
we go.
Can't see them, and here we go. Something we can see. It looks like our lag issue is fixed, which is excellent. And what are we talking about?
We're talking about game one between Team Liquid and OG. We're not talking about my family issues, John.
Family issues. It just sounded like your childhood issues, Mikey. There's a lot.
There's a lot of trauma.
Therapy's not free, Mike.
There's
You
a
can't
lot
do
of
that in stream.
There's a lot of trauma.
Oh, you know, you've got to pay someone. You know, chat can't be your therapist. I don't know if that advice is also good. Chat therapy sounds very interesting, though.
Oh God! Speaking of therapy,
That's everyone's face watching the stream right now.
my goodness. You almost look,
Oh, that's beautiful.
almost look like you could be the vice president.
Oh, let's see here. Smoke out. Is there anything that's going to actually happen? Probably not. Maybe. No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Smoke on smoke scenario though. Boxy. We'll move up. Already the cam's being blocked. We've seen this quite a lot from Team Liquid. Nico. You want a nice nightmare as well. Nico got the bounty rune though, so it is going to be a 3-for-1 trade in favor of OG.
It starts the same way as it did before the reset, so a 3-for-1 start once more for OG. And we can take a gander at the mid lane once more. Yopaj up against Mike. In this lane, it should be manageable for both sides. You've got the static slide to hang a little bit further back. Of course, Yopaj has the boars that can add some extra spice in the lane. The axe spam later on as well is of concern. And Yopaj can just easily look to control the lane as best as he can. Of course, Nisha can have some threat later on once the Vortex is up, but you can see just how tanky these boars are. Nisha's just right-clicking at least 3 times. It only gets the boar down to half HP. And Yopaj is just getting max value so far. A little bit more aggression coming out from the other side lanes, of course. Poking and prodding up top, and that's where maybe some of the interest really lies, as mid should hold static, is in what Skem can achieve on Silencer. When you're laning up against a Centaur, really tanky hero, not something that necessarily cares for your Arcane Curse. There's a very short window where Skem can actually provide some decent lane spacing here for Natsumi, as once you start to get more levels up in Ace, you're not really going to be able to zone him out. And again, that's the concern here for OG. When you pick up the Silencer, the laning, it's not an amazing laner. There's a lot of ways to play here on Liquid. A Nightmare setup into a Hoof Stomp can be threatening. You're going to get really tanky on Ace. It's going to be the Dominator build-up once more that we've seen on the Centaur. So Skem has to find a way to actually get more damage out. They are getting a decent chunk out.
Yeah, Ace is being real slowed up here though. Nice Nightmare, but it's not going to matter. Skem able to secure first blood. At least you don't give it over to Natsumi. But you do get the first blood here for OG.
Yep. One int already up for good old Skem. And they've done a great job to utilize this early spike for Silencer in the lane, right? Like, Ace can't really do too much. He can't threaten with a hoof stomp. He can't use it to try to secure creeps because of that constant presence out from Skem. And they have provided a good window here for Natsumi to just get us that slight edge. Having that fervor already up with Whirling Axis, just a little bit more poke and reach whenever that Arcane Curse comes in. And Natsumi is having himself a pretty free lane compared to what we're seeing here from Mickey on bot. It's been a little bit more of a struggle. Melee matchup for Marcy into the Timbersaw. There's a lot of output that can come in here from Nico. Already level 2 as well. I'm just about to hit 3. And when you're up against like Timbersaw plus Hoodwink, the tree line's actually really important to cut. Like left side, top of the bot tier 1 is already cut down a fair bit. Just to prevent that, you even have the Quelling Blade up on Tofu, which I love to see up against this duo, as there's just a lot of ways to pin down Mike. So you just want to cut this damage down from Nico. You want to cut down the Bushwhack threat as well. And that will make it a little bit tougher into the level 3 to look for kills later on.
Boxy chased down once again. Nice body blocks though coming in from Ace. Not going to allow them to quite finish the kill, though he is still ticking out, but it's not going to be enough damage. Boxy will survive. At this top lane though, quite devastating to have to play against. Like Troll Silence are never going to be easy. At the very least, Ace is still farming very effectively. Boxy the one having to cop the brunt of all the damage, and he's going to have to cop it again, because Skem, he's back to it. Can Natsumi reach in time for the axe slow? It won't matter. Boxy, stick charges, is alive, but needs to continue to run. Meanwhile, Tims will go down to Mickey, and Boxy. Nice deny away. Skem will get nothing for all that trouble.
Yeah, so a lot of resources Skem pumped out. A blood grenade out. Yopaj getting pressured out on mid, or at least pressuring out Mickey on mid, diving pretty deep now on that Beastmaster. He has taken control of this mid lane really nicely, even securing both water runes, it looks like. Cutting off the supply for Nisha on his bottle. No relief for a Storm. And that's what you'd want to see for OG. That tempo has to come in from mid. More aggression onto Nico.
They'll try to jump him. Nico falling low. Trying to get his way out the old-fashioned way. Just walking. Mickey will continue the punches, but ultimately they can't get through all the armor. Nico's going to be alright, and now Tims is connecting back towards Tofu and Mickey. They are going to be perfectly fine, though. Looks like Tims going to miss the bushwhack anyway onto Tofu. So nothing to come from this.
Yeah, so much aggression coming out from the side lanes. Both sides just looking for these opportunities. Trying again on Liquid.
There they are. Mickey going in onto Nico, and they've got him this time. A little shred of minus armor certainly helps quite a lot against the Timber this early on, and we'll be very happy to secure the life of Nico and stop the voice line spam.
Yeah, it's some nice kills to find. A slower Timbersaw game, we've seen this before, where it starts to feel less impactful. Yopaj copping quite a few hits here.
Yeah, Nisha's getting pretty low though. The ball's just chasing him down. Axes are going to connect, but he'll take care of the ball. So Nisha just barely surviving the onslaught of Yopaj.
Yeah, again, he doesn't have a source of refill right now. At least the bounty rune's there, but Tims with the deny? Pick
Very
up.
nice deny here from Tims. We'll pick it up. Gets the bushwhack, even the bounce back. Oh, a little bit lucky there from Tims. Getting the lucky bounce on the aircorn shot. But he'll be very happy with that kill.
They've really shut down this mid-storm so far. Level 6 isn't too far off, Yopaj. He is in a good position to secure these power runes again. Like, the supports are just camping mid. So much more emphasis on Yopaj in this game. And with a Beastmaster, you know, you want that early tempo to kick in. He is set for that. He is looking for that build-up into the Ags. Power rune coming up in the second. Roar is ready as well.
Nisha gonna be able to zip away this time. OG, though, with this siege creep, would love to apply pressure onto that mid-tier 1. They won't see it, though. They'll look to back off. Instead, secure power runes, a regen rune for Yopaj. But more importantly, just so much being denied away from poor old Nisha on this mid-storm so far.
Yeah, they've really done a fantastic job of keeping him down. A little bit of an opening with Natsumi left alone, though.
Absolutely. Natsumi, he's got the raindrop, so the double-edged damage just does nothing. And ultimately, even with the Nightmare Hoof Stomp combination, it doesn't really mean much of a threat for Natsumi. Nisha, mid lane, in trouble again. OG, just continuing to group up here in the mid. And poor old Nisha again, just not catching a break.
this stems down to the fact that you have such free side lanes to leave solo, right? Like you mentioned, Troll solo, probably not going to die to the center unless you extremely overstep, which Natsumi wouldn't do. You've got a Timber Saw, which can be left alone when you go for this 302 build as well. A lot of armor to play with. You trade even on the Shrines of Wisdom, and you get all of this action on mid. Like Yopaj is set for a very quick timing on the Ags. Unfortunately, the Timber Saw has not been the most winning hero.
Ace, the chase down. He's a tanky boy. Boxy's going to be around anyway. So Natsumi is going to cop the Nightmare and have to retreat anyway. I wonder how they make this Troll work as well. I mean, you know me, I hate Troll Warlord as a carry right now.
Yeah.
But Natsumi seems to really like it. Do you think it's a good game for it, John? It's had 1 win so far out of 7 games.
It's a decent game. I think silencer coverage is really important here because otherwise you're a sitting duck to all of this control. They tried to take care of mid again.
They are trying. Nisha, for now, will be okay. Raw not up on Yopaj at the moment. Meanwhile, Skim finding a very nice last word. But there'll be no follow-up as they do end up nightmaring away Natsumi. It's a 2-3 now. Very slight net worth lead the way of OG. Team Liquid. They've had a very good safe lane at least. And Mike on this Marcy, really no pressure being applied. He is the one guy having a good lane, but he's probably the most important guy to have a good lane.
And he is. He's got the Dominator timing lined up. He's able to just sustain that lane. No kill threat coming out from Nico without the Timber Chain, of course. Just a little bit harder to set up. They're looking up top here onto Ace again.
They certainly are. Ace, again, is a very, very tanky target. Nightmare is going to make it incredibly hard to get anything off. And Ace, once again, just casually walking out.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting that they're still playing as a unit of 2 here on the supports of OG, constantly moving together across the lanes, trying to find these openings. Trying to catch out Ace is not just challenging because of his HP, but he does have Stampede up. You don't really have enough control follow-through once you expend at least a Bushwhack here to get that kill. Maybe a swing around with a smoke into the gate. Looks like that is the idea. Natsumi can get some pressure down bot as well, and they can put a little bit of a stop to Mike farming if this gate movement is successful.
Oh, Mike, does he read this movement? Seems like he is going to back off at the right time.
Good scan.
Very nice scan indeed from Team Liquid. Pretty challenging kill attempt as well, because you can't rely on your offlane to get the initiation off. Yeah, Nico's got no points in chains. Doesn't have any kind of stun to throw out. So instead, he'll focus on the bottom tier 1 tower, but the rest of Liquid now slowly moving their way down towards the bottom lane. You do have Ace still hanging around top, though. But Ace, we've seen this multiple times. I actually don't believe they can kill Ace that easily anyway, especially considering he has Stampede up.
No. Just not the target you can go for at this moment. There's a little bit of an opening. They're clumping around Yopaj here.
They'd love the Beastmaster. Blood Grenade will land. Nisha with the Vortex. The Roar is out there onto the Bane, not allowing the Fiend Script to fly up, but Yopaj is still gonna fall. They'll try to at least get Boxy for their trouble, and they will, but certainly a great pick-off now for Team Liquid.
The one they were hunting for a long time. Yopaj getting a little bit of a stop in his momentum. Really important kill for Nisha to be around for as well. Finally gets a Galvanized stack back after dying as he turned 6 a while ago. So it's providing a lot of openings out. Their triangle as well for Liquid, I will say. Their triangle stacks have been very on point. You haven't seen the same stacking potential coming out here from the side of OG. And it's just allowing this really quick way of equalizing on the side of Liquid. Eventually, you're still lagging a bit behind on Nisha, but you are winning elsewhere. Ace is having a fantastic time with his Dominator. Mike is just uncontested throughout this entire game down bot. And for the side of OG, the challenge really rises into what do you do when Stampede is up? You know, if they just decide to run into you, you don't catch that with Global Silence. Can you still manage to fight in? Will you have enough damage on Natsumi? Will Nico be tanky enough up against this Marcy that's just free farming into BKB? And at this moment, probably not. If they do decide to force the issue on Liquid relatively soon, the course of OG just need more time to farm. Even Yopaj going for the Axe Rush, right? Like it's just a matter of...
Nisha! Oh, he ran right into them. Very unlucky for Nisha. OG didn't even know he was coming. They couldn't believe it.
Oh,
Another great pickoff now into the Storm. No fault of Nisha. Very unfortunate. Is OG. Can they capitalize on anything else? Not really. But they'll be happy with the Nisha kill.
damn, they drag him back down to 0 galvanized, keeping him at a really rough deficit for Storm to play into. That is Global Silence expended. It is a fairly long cooldown, so you might feel like you have an opening. It's just you don't really have the tools up yet on Nisha, although you don't really need much. Just a zip forward and kisses out from Tofu, perhaps you can consider some offense here. OG, though, again, they've got their own tools. Yeah, you've always got the threat of the roar that can come in if Yopaj manages to work out an angle. They will try with a smoke on the 2 supports, maybe just looking to drop some wards, but even just the Nightmare setup into kisses could be nice. You're not quite at 6 for Boxy. It's a harder sell without that grip for this kind of rotation, but eventually Nisha joins in. Just need to find a target.
We're going to go for the smoke. Connecting into the mid lane. Yopaj. It's around the area. Meanwhile, Tim's getting some stacks off in the triangle. It's like they don't end up finding anything quite yet with this smoke, but they are still waiting for this Beastmaster to show up. Yopaj seems to have a pretty good read that the smoke is coming. And so he will avoid the mid lane altogether. They will indeed get out of there just fine. So the smoke amounts to nada.
Yep. Just get back to farm for the side of OG. You've stalled out enough to have this full Battle Fury on Natsumi. Free farming now at an extended pace. With that, of course, coming out #1 in that word. Again, for Mike, he's looking for fights later on. Like, going for this BKB rush, you want to start those engagements once it's up, and it's not going to be too long. And the question then for the side of Liquid is, will you have enough damage? Right? And can you keep that scaling? Can you keep that momentum once this BKB's up? Can you constantly force the issue? There are some long cooldowns on OG that they have to be very careful about committal, because you lose that Global Silence, it's a 2-minute window for the side of Liquid to do what they want. Already that steady shove onto mid, and for the side of OG, and they've gotten the value out at this point, I suppose. They've already taken the stacks in triangle. It's not the most imminent issue to address, so they'll just hand that over to the side of Liquid. Liquid has set themselves some nice offensive wards up top. They can look for the swing around here.
They've got the axe up on Yopaj, though, on the Beastmaster, so he might want to go for a fight. Skem's going to get caught, though. There's no TP rotation to be made, so Skem, nice, easy kill for Nisha. Like, there was a killing spree as well, so a pretty valuable kill for Nisha to pick up. Help him get closer towards that Kaya. Meanwhile, we do see a smoke rotation now from Yopaj and Tims. They'll head directly south, hoping they can run into Mickey. Vision will see him. They just need to land the roar. Yopaj waiting patiently. Mickey will get roared up eventually. Tim's, of course, there to back him up. Mickey actually tankier than you'd anticipate, but they do find themselves a very valuable pickoff. It's even Tofu gonna get spotted now by Nico. And Nico not intending on letting him go. They'll land the bushwhack, and it'll be a secondary pickup now for OG.
Even up top, a little bit of a forward movement from Ace here.
Ace also caught Natsumi with the ulti straight away. And snares are not going to last long enough. Even the Nightmare out from Boxy, putting an end to the chase of OG. And Ace will be just happy to get out of there.
I mean, maybe a bit optimistic to again make this move on to Centaur, but you buy a lot of space out. Stampede now down. You still have Global Silence up on the side of OG. You still have those tools available to maybe look to force a fight out if you'd want. Paj is slowly approaching his blink timing now as well. And the side of Liquid are still holding this position up top, this forward movement for them. If a pickup on Skem would still be good, because again, Global Silence being taken out is a little bit of an opportunity, but you're not looking to push too hard. I mean, Nisha is around the area. He does have his full Kaya up on the Storm. Has a little bit more to play with. But again, a lot more conservative in terms of what they're willing to commit so far. Just taking over some camps, forcing that movement across the map, buying Mika's space down bot. BKB now just one part away, just lacking the recipe. And for OG, and again, you're getting to scale up Yopaj into the blink. You've got the aura play for Nico. having that full pipe, mitigating a ton of the damage that you're relying on the side of Liquid at this point in the game. And you've got, again, Natsumi just going into the Sanjiasha. Very straightforward troll game so far. Stat res is going to feel really important up against the Bane. And you're not really being contested. I think my major issue with Liquid right now, and you know, just from the state of game, it's been tough for Nisha. Right? Like, this Storm hasn't really recovered. He needs to find some of those kills later on. He's still stuck at 1 galvanized bottom network core by a huge margin as well. So it's been a slower game for Storm, but it's not true Nisha's fault. There's no connections to make so far, even with this threat of the supports just combining their spells. The global silence just makes that really awkward to think about that full commitment. So in a conservative game like this, it will feel better for OG. I mean, you've got the troll. He can scale. Marcy can as well, but because you went for this BKB rush on Mikke, Natsumi will be able to escalate a lot faster here.
Here we go. Into the mid lane they'll go. They'll see Ace on the Centaur. Jump in immediately from Yopaj, just wanting the nice quick kill. Ace isn't really that fast to take down, but they've got enough burst damage. Nico will claim the kill for himself in the Timber. And immediately, OG makes the call. They want Roshan.
Boxy, it's in a very sneaky spot, just watching up north.
Wrap around a little bit. Gets a ward down as well. I believe he's getting away with all this. OG, Kisses are going to fly in. Nico, he'll just bounce right towards the Snapfire, trying to take him out. Fiend's Grip is going to be there onto Skem. Skem's caught without popping the Global Silence yet. He might need to use it soon. He's holding out though as Mikke's rushing towards the Silence. Skem's still trying to walk away. Does not get the Silence off in time. Meanwhile, Tim's also down. Nico, he's been caught to boot on the Nightmare. And OG, they're going to lose a lot. Chain up to the high ground, but Team Liquid not going to allow Nico out of there. And suddenly, Roshan is just sitting there on like 1/5 HP.
Yeah, really rough for OG, that decision from Skem to not pop Global Silence. Maybe he felt like, all right, you know, they popped their 2 channeling spells. We don't need it. Maybe not expecting Nisha to swing around. Now a secondary life for Nisha. 7 galvanized stacks on top. All off the back of Boxy actually just being able to sneak at the top of Roshan. Gets the ward down, knows there's something up when the boars just hang around the area. And they get the vision in and they get the time stalled out. OG, that hesitation to try to take control in this team fight, try to hold on to 1 resource in Global Silence does cost them massively. Very even game in terms of net worth. They still have a lot of play, mind you. You've got the Troll ult ready, Roar is back up, BKB for Yopaj still a ways off. But 2 lives on Nisha it's a lot to work through. Your control is so tied into long cooldowns outside of Bushwhack that it's tough to see them stall that out enough to actually catch the Storm. They'll try with a smoke though.
Yeah, wrap around. The Liquid holding their position around the Tormentor high ground. Seems like they've read the smoke is coming in the scan. Gonna give all the info away. They know OG's on the way here with this smoke. Nico does get spotted. Ace, he's looking for the back. There goes Nisha jumping in right onto Skem once again, but this time the Global Silence does come out in time. Mikke still willing to fight. In fact, he'll just rebound out of there with his BKB. Nisha creating all sorts of havoc. They will take down Skem. Tofu does drop to boot. Meanwhile, Ace, he gets a double, and now the Fiend's Grip. Gonna channel up Natsumi. Natsumi's still perfectly fine, though, still alive a little bit longer as Nisha and Mikke, both of them go down. Nico's cleaning up.
What, do you miss the Bushwhack?
They do miss the Bushwhack. Tims. Can Nico fix the mistake? It won't matter. They'll have to leave it. But OG, they make the team fight work.
A little bit rough this time around. Big difference in forcing out that Global Silence from Skem. Managing to actually get some impact. He doesn't really channel the big spells, but... And the timing's also not ideal. Stampede already flew open. A toughie for OG, but it's this decision to try to kite around from Liquid that maybe cost them, right? Like with the Stampede up, they don't go for a clean disengage or a full committal. They're trying to dance and kite around the area, hoping that they've got enough control. You see Mikke standing with a BKB, doesn't want to really pop the Unleash, pops it later on as the backline starts to fall, but again, as the BKB fades, he's not confident in coming in with that early BKB pop. And without that BKB, it's just uncomfy to unleash away. Would have been a nice clean fight if they found a follow through on the second life just early on the Bushwhack for Tims. But overall, that's a good bounce back for OG after losing Roshan that manner. They take control back in the game. They've got that lead of 4K. And you're starting to get more and more into these big spikes. Again, Yopaj not too far from BKB. Kaya Sanj coming up next for Nico. You've got more utility lined up. Skem with the Solar Crest being built up. Tims with a nice Glimmer Cape to save as well.
Yopaj sees Tofu, will take him out. Yopaj, he does not mind vegetarian. Nisha did not like what he sees. He'll get out of there.
For the side of Liquid, it's tricky for Mike, right? Like, he is farming up quite fast still, keeping up with a Battle Fury troll. Just because you've got this crazy facet and Fleeting Fury, he's going for more Dispels, which is the right call. Like, the only reason Liquid had a rough time there where Mike couldn't use his damage was because he popped BKB to dispel off the silence. Having a secondary source of Dispel for our Marcy, saving that BKB for when you actually want to pop Unleash, going to make a world of difference for how the Marcy starts to approach these fights. So, not too far off either here for the side of Liquid, but this is the point as well for Natsumi where he is just going to look to play forward. Like, Satanic's almost up, Sanjin Yasha's done. This troll is becoming tankier and tankier. You do have the control pieces ready. Again, lots of great single target control here from Liquid.
Even Nisha's got a Manta up now. Something you see every day on the Storm, but it certainly helps with the global silences. Yopaj not going to get there for the Raw. The Bushwhack will not land either. Meanwhile, Liquid, they love what they see.
Ooh.
They'll come up north. Where did that Beastmaster go, they say? They'll find him. Fiend's Grip out. Kiss is in as well. No chance of the survival for Yopaj. They'll at least get Tims out of there. Meanwhile, Ace will get chased down by Nico. But he's going to be perfectly fine. Even better for Liquid. You did commit that global silence here from Skem. So now you don't even have to worry about that for a while.
No, 2 minutes down where, again, the team fight threat from OG just dissipates without that counterfight potential. And you're just forced to sit back and play this build-up game. Liquid don't quite find the objectives off the back of that, to be fair. Top tier 2 still healthy. There's still some time for the side of OG to get back into that position if they'd want to defend. And Tims is considering it, but without the backup, obviously not going to throw his body forward. For Liquid, they know there's no threat, right? Like, there's no reason to back off. You know, no global silence means you still play. In fact, it's going to line up with the next usage of Kisses and Grip. And again, forced to use it defensively doesn't even save Yopaj. It does feel like you'd want at least one Lincoln, if not Lotus up here on OG to help save the day. And Nico is working towards that one Lotus Orb. So, will be a start. You'll have to stay right next to Yopaj, but as long as you block one spell off, it's a huge window for the side of OG. Satanic fully done out for Natsumi as well. But this Marcy's just becoming a menace. Like, this Manta buildups you mentioned, Mikey, it's just genius. Because all you need to do is dispel global silence. And if you don't feel like you need a BKB, which, you know, the BKB in this game isn't necessarily the best choice with Roar still being a threat, you can use the stats of Manta nicely, lower cooldown. It's fantastic. It's just heads up from the side of Liquid.
Liquid having a very clean game, 9-12 now. 1K advantage for OG. Very even affair, though, I might add. I mean, last time around, Liquid, they had a much, I want to say more dominant time. The OG's certainly been learning, that's for sure. Doing their homework here up against Team Liquid, not making it quite as easy as that first series was. Team Liquid. Not to be outdone, though. A nice slow game. Looks like they will start to group up into the mid lane. Nico's hanging around the area. They're going to smoke us for Liquid. Mike will break his smoke on Nico. Not quite the target they want to try for first. Tofu's going to try and sneak up, but he's going to maybe be food for Nico. He will look to retreat. It's Team Liquid still looking for a way into this fight. Nothing to come of it yet, though.
Now, OG is actually just looking for that siege down bot. Natsumi's got a little bit of room, forces out the Fortify early. You are still in a position to try to collapse into this area for the side of Liquid, but it looks like they think better of it. And the push, not fully committed either from OG, so both sides stay across the river from each other. And there is counterplay back up. Global Silence is off cooldown, so you are actually ready to fight here on OG's end. In fact, Natsumi's actually opting for the BKB, so wants additional protection here on our Troll. Fair enough, as even just blocking Nightmare I think is going to feel great. Blocking off Enfeeble, it's going to be quite nice as well, as that reach reduction is just pretty obnoxious for something like the Troll. Slower game so far, it has, you know, calmed down. Both sides have been trying to posture. OG enjoying the slower pace of the game, I will say, as it does feel like, again, they have a little bit of an arms race on them. They want to get this Troll to be at the point where it's uncontestable. They want at least one Lotus Orb up as well, and Nico's slowly getting to that point.
Oh, nice jump. Nico, he's going to get caught. Ace with a setup. OG, they're coming in for the fight anyway. Nico, not dead yet. Will chain away as the Stampede. They're still following, but Yopaj will jump in with a Roar. He found Mickey, but the BKB is making life very hard. He can't get through the HP pool. Finally, Nico will go down. So will Scam. Now the Fiend's Grip catching Yopaj. Team Liquid playing too clean in this team fight is Natsumi, who'll pop the battle trance eventually, trying for Mickey, but he can't do it. There's too much control. Without the BKB, there's no using this battle trance. Anisha, he'll go for more. Thames, not gonna make it. The only survivor is Natsumi. But it really does feel like without a BKB in this Troll, that nothing can happen.
It just doesn't do anything. And for OG, it looked like a decent start. Like, yeah, you get caught out in Nico. That's the ideal target to cop all of these spells. Liquid, though, just really smart with spell usage. They pop the kisses first. They hold on to the grip after Global Silence. And that just gives them the angle to get that chokehold onto Yopaj to cut off the one major threat outside of the Troll that they can't fully control with a BKB. And they just split them apart in OG. You know, you're not able to just spam out your spells on Nico. He lost so much HP in that onslaught. Yopaj again just getting gripped, that patience out from Boxy to wait for the prime target, to wait for sort of this re-engage to come in. And for Natsumi, it's like you mentioned, without the BKB, the Troll is just going to get kited. Arguably, even with the BKB, kiting issues will remain for Natsumi, but at least maybe some more impact here. And OG lose the lead. 13-13, very even game still. Net worth lead now on Liquid, but the momentum certainly in Liquid's way now as well. Like, they are starting to pop off. This Storm, Nisha has fully recovered.
Jump in again. They found Nico a second time. Nico, not quite as tanky as he once was. Will drop. Team Liquid looking for more. They smell blood in the water. Nothing else to come of this. There's a Roshan they can play for. There's T2 towers. What do they want? The world's their oyster.
There's just no threats. Like, Global Silence is back up, to be fair, but again, it almost feels like it's not a concern. If Global Silence is up, just reset with Stampede first anyhow. You've got the Dispel on Ace. You can choose to back off. Ace just one part away from the full Ags now, so you have to contend with a Workhorse save as well. OG trying to sneak out with a smoke. They've got Roar. Yopaj is their best burst play here. Maybe if you catch someone off like Tofu.
Has he got the Ags yet? On Yopaj?
Yeah, he's had it for a while.
Yopaj, gonna jump in. Oh, I apologize. I was meant Nisha. My apologies. Yopaj. I know Yopaj, the Beastmaster. Yeah, I know, John. My apologies for that. Nisha, has he got the
No,
accent?
he's not queuing it up.
Okay, he's not queuing.
No.
I'm not in the lobby, John.
It was-
I can't see.
We were looking at Ace's career and his Ags, which he does have the gold for. Workhorse is about to come in.
Yeah.
So, again, with all of these saves on hand, with the disengage they have with Stampede alone,
Boxy. He's such a headache, this guy. Boxy. The shenanigans. He's gonna die. They'll take him out. They remember what happened last Roshan attempt.
Yeah, they did. And they're holding on to Global Silence. Kisses are down for a little bit longer, so maybe more confidence here for OG to clear out the dominated creeps, just providing all this info, though.
Yeah, and they're trying to make sure Ace can't actually blink in. Nico just constantly chipping away at the centaur, ensuring he's got no way into the pit. Meanwhile, though, Nisha finding Skem in the back, but doesn't have quite enough damage to finish off the job. He buys more time where Roshan has not died. but the chase is on. Nico still frontlining. Mickey gonna jump in. Ace with the hoof stop as well. Nico tanking all the damage. Roshan finally goes down. Nico needs some help. Can he get away? It seems like he can. Yopaj, he's jumped in with his BKB. Who are they actually hunting though? They're trying for Tofu on the workhorse. Tofu finally should go down, and he will. But that's just a support. They want a bit more than that. They won't find it, but they do secure Aegis.
You can just see how costly it is for the side of OG to even find that one kill. With full Ags up here on Ace, this workhorse, man, we've seen it time and time and again, and they didn't even have to expend Stampede this time on the side of Liquid. Still have it up. Same thing goes for OG. Global Silence is still ready for good old Skem. So you have some ways of at least interrupting the grip. But man, it just feels complicated for OG to play this game. Like, Nico has to cop a million spells, survive, hope the re-engage is good. You try to split up the Centaur as well. Like, the workhorse target in Tofu's not the best, but he does stall so much time. Those 8 seconds just feel like an eternity for anyone having to play against the Centaur. And again, even with that Aegis take for the side of OG, it doesn't feel safe. Like, it's just easier for Liquid to play their game, easier for Liquid to find these angles, easier for Liquid to look for that burst so far and have safety nets. OG, I'd say the big point for them, and when they start to feel even better in teamfight control, is if Skem can somehow farm up a refresh. I mean, he's going for the Lotus Orb first, looking for counter control, but if you can get that double Global Silence off, it starts to feel really oppressive, even with the BKB and Mantis up on Liquid. The issue is, will you have time to get to that point? It just doesn't feel like Skem has that time, the luxury of time in this kind of game.
Well, you got a Lincoln Sphere on Mickey now. You got a Basher up on Natsumi.
It's pretty dangerous.
So sure is.
Not being able to roar up the Marcy now for Yopaj. I mean, he's even just having Lincolns on, protection for Nisha if ever. Like, a lot of ways to actually just bait out some big spell usage here on the side of OG.
OG? They're going to snake up through the Radiant Triangle. Tier 1 tower will go down. Natsumi make short work of it. They don't really have a creep wave nearby, so nothing else to come of this push. OG still the ones that want to force the fight with this minute, this 2.5 minute Aegis still up. Pings are coming out towards the mid-tier 2 tower for OG. Of course, Team Liquid just trying to secure farm in the meantime, not willing to really force this fight, although I say that they do ping out Natsumi. That's the big target they really want to start on. They'll jump in with the Nightmare and the rebound. Lotus Orb going to make life hard for the Fiends Grip for Boxy. Natsumi, though, starting to drop low. Still has a secondary life, but he's popped the BKB in the first one. And they Satanic for that matter. Fiends Grip now out. Catching the Troll Warlord. Natsumi's still fine. There's your Global Silence. Ace, he's in trouble. Held down by the Bushwhack. He is gone. One down for Liquid. Skem running. Tofu was trying to get him with the kisses. Natsumi will still hold on to the Aegis. They will work towards that tier 2 mid tower.
They don't have creeps. Nisha's just cutting.
Nisha is indeed doing a great job. Bushwhack will land though. Yopaj gets the roar off. And Nisha, they will punish the Storm for these shenanigans. I believe that was that the first death? But no, it wasn't the first, but no. Nevertheless, it was a wicked 6 streak that they took away from him.
Fourth death, first time in a while.
First time in a while.
Some time here for Nisha. And for OG, that's probably that's the perfect team fight they're looking for. This time it's Natsumi that's there. With just the Lotuses alone, they stall out. They get really good usage out of Global Silence. Natsumi, it looked awkward having to pop BKB, then Satanic, then kind of stalling out the Battle Trance as well, but he still has Aegis. He has a reset in 40 seconds. They've got the banner down. These objectives do not last long, and you don't have a buyback on Nisha if you wanted to contest early. So you could get away with one on the side of OG. And again, they play their tools right. The timing's just impeccable as well. Yopaj getting his refresh right before that fight really allows them to have that confidence to just throw out the roar, have that opportunity for the second on Nisha. We'll get away with just one.
They've got to defend. Well, they're looking for a way to defend, rather. OG will play it safe. Only 1 melee barracks down. Nico still looking to mess around with Mickey a little bit, but will not stick around for it. Of course, no Aegis up left. The OG more than happy with the 1 racks they've gotten. Now, Team Liquid now 4K behind, but not the biggest deal in the world. No. It's Team Liquid. They've been in this situation a million times.
That they have. And they still have a lot of room to grow. You know, Mika is working into that Daedalus. More burst damage on our Marcy. You've got Nisha, who's been trying to save up for his own Lincolns here and has made steady progress right before dying. So that's the one that's really going to catch the side of OG off guard. I mean, Yopaj has a double roar, but chances are you'd want to actually roar heroes instead of just popping Lincolns and missing your opportunity. It's all going to boil down to execution. I think that's just how it's been for the last few fights. OG out-execute Liquid in the last one, especially with Ace maybe overstepping his bounds, not respecting the damage Natsumi has for a tanky target over a prolonged amount of time. See that roller coaster of a graph there? Swing back to Liquid earlier on, swinging back to OG in that last engagement. Whether or not they can maintain that, we'll have to see. They have been fairly disciplined throughout this match, though. Same thing goes with Liquid, of course. But now they have to contend with Mike and his Daedalus. Like this Marcy can do the work. So long as Mike is allowed to actually focus in. There's a lot of obstacles here for OG in trying to pin him down. Again, Manta plus BKB for the Global Silence, the Lincolns for the Roar. Actually finding a way to stop him is challenging at best.
Absolutely. Onisha, he's working towards the Lincoln Sphere himself. And then the Aghanim Scepter. You're at that point now where that AoE Vortex going to feel very, very good. In fact, starting to feel kind of necessary.
Yep. Somewhat. I mean, it could be really good setup for Ace to come in, right? Or follow through for Ace's control as well. Like, there's a lot of ways to make use of that Ags that comes out here from Nisha. If you'd want that first. He hasn't really committed to either part just yet. So it's open enough and kind of making that choice. For OG, I mean, Roshan, we're going to see in 40 seconds how long the next one will be. They're already set to take the last outer tower away from Liquid. And they can start to set up control in that area. It's been really rough around these Roche fights, but they did manage to make it work the last time around. It's all down to whether or not you can find the backline, or whether or not you can survive that initial jump in for Natsumi, and they'll actually look to pressure. Tier 2 is being sieged mid. They'll take the Tier 3 in exchange.
Natsumi not messing around. Not very often you see a Troll Warlord in this position these days, I'll tell you, John. Usually you're just stuck in the jungle somewhere. Natsumi having a great old game one so far. And Team Liquid nowhere near out of this game yet. Yopaj getting hurricaned up to the high ground. You love to see it. Does he have a TP?
Yeah, 60 seconds. He has a refresh for it if he wants. He has a blink, so he's fine.
He has a... Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You're all right, Yopaj.
You know, it's just a little in dedication to his friend RTZ. From their time in...
Our friend.
You know, our friend RTZ. Our tour. One for the boys, as they say.
Always for the boys.
This one could go for either boys as well. 40 seconds until Roshan. And again, it's a lot of the momentum swings have been tied to that Roche take. Liquid's been very good at sneaking around. They're out for the smoke again. If they find this win, Roshan's not too far off.
Absolutely. 5-man smoke from Team Liquid. OG, they're going to hold on to the dire triangle for now. It's at Nico with the closest target to Team Liquid at this point. And he's proven to be really annoying to try and burst down at the start of the fight.
Oh, second scan hits.
It certainly does.
Scam
may get caught first. They do love just bursting down the silencer immediately, as now the Stampede just to try and catch up to the rest of them. Ace, oh he's found a 2-man! Completely blind. They'll try to burst him down. Ace, he's not going to survive it. 1 for 1 so far. The buyback was there from Skem as well, ensuring there's no follow-up as now Mickey trying to go on Yopaj. The Fiend Rip to lock him in. Where's the follow-up to it? Yopaj, he'll make it through as now Natsumi. He's got Mickey down. They'll take down the Beastmaster of Yopaj, but Natsumi is cleaning up. Nisha, he'll get the TP and so will Tofu.
It's a big win for OG. I mean, out of all the targets you could kill, Skem first with buyback. Maybe not ideal to break your smoke. Allows that repositioning out from the side of OG. And now the threat of Roshan is open. OG, you've got the troll. It doesn't take too long to be in that pit. Nico scouts it out for the team. And you can see again all of that breaking out. A great blind move forward from Ace. But the quick buyback, cutting off a lot of that early damage. And it looks awkward for Yopaj. He's just constantly stunned through his BKB timing. He gets gripped up as well on the refresh as the Vortex lands in the back. But a good force feed of Lotuses there from Tims. And Yopaj is just back in the game. Does manage to get a little bit more out. Still falls in the end, but gives that spacing for Nisha to have to focus on him and provide that room for everyone else to focus on the back.
Yeah, doing fantastic work here, OG. AK net worth advantage now. And they look like they want to try for the high ground of the bottom lane. Never mind, they will retreat for now. May just wait out those cooldowns first. You at least want that global silence.
Yep.
You saw the impact of that last team fight.
It's something you rely on heavily here for OG. And now you have a safety net for Skem. Full Aeon disc up. So even if he does get jumped, he will have that window to react. And they're starting to make their way up top. Nisha's farming in this area. Tims, he's hanging around. Nisha's not going to walk up into the gate, but still might be able to scout him out. That Natsumi does show. That will provide an alibi to bail out here for Nisha.
Looks like Nisha's going for a nullifier too. Just feeling like it's necessary for him to be able to just burst somebody down in the middle of these fights. Oh, changes his mind.
Oh.
Sight the Vice instead.
Fair enough.
That's great as well.
Yeah, just instant control when you do make that commitment. I think it's... that's really been key, right? Like, you're so reliant on Ace to survive through. And Ace, I mean, he's very survivable now, but his full heart up. 5.5k HP here. The Crimson Guard damage block must be huge when he does pop that aura on. Pop the active up. And it's just a lot more barriers for OG to eat through. They have been eating through it just fine. I'd say most of that damage is coming in from Nico and Yopaj. I don't think Natsumi's damage is all too beneficial against the Centaur and that Crimson Guard, as he is sieging away.
Top racks. Ace gonna try and slow this down. Nisha zipping right through. Nightmare out as well. Ace locked down for a little bit, but they see how tanky the man is. They won't try for Ace right now. They just want a safe barracks to be taken. Ace again jumping in for a stun. Natsumi still very precautious. Nisha will go in once again. Natsumi about to lose the first life, but he's still alive as he'll try to move on to the Centaur. Mickey even jumping in, trying to see if he can find the disposed play, but doesn't quite. But they do successfully defend the high ground.
That they do. They only lose the range rack. It's not the biggest objective to really find here for the side of OG. They still have time in that Aegis though. 2.5 minutes still left. They can just look to reset, and they will. Refresh Orb being queued up for Skem next. You're seeing just how strong this Crimson Guard is from Ace for the high ground defense.
Natsumi gonna be okay. Looks like Nisha's trying to find the supports, trying to find Skem on that silencer. This time he won't have buyback if they need it. So if you can find the silencer, you can ensure the global silence is gone for good. Jump in, Natsumi. They're gonna lose the first life here on the Troll Warlord. Setting up for the second. But Natsumi, not feeling it, will retreat. They'll walk away with a range barracks, but that's about it. Nothing too important lost from Team Liquid.
No, it's so oppressive playing into Ace. This Heart Crimson Guard, man. The damage block is insane. And feeble at this point as well with the attack damage reduction on a Troll. Natsumi just tickles these objectives.
Oh, hold on a minute though, Natsumi! He's jumped in with the workhorse from Ace. It's gonna buy time for Mickey to try and get out of there. But Ace, he's taking so much damage. They'll pop the Stampede with the Auroras out. Yopaj, he'll refresh. He'll go for another. He caught Mickey with that one. No buyback on the Marcy. Tofu also in trouble. Nisha, he's going to try and salvage the fight, but he's out of mana. He needs to get back to the fountain. Meanwhile, Ace and Boxy saving Tofu is Nisha. He's going to jump back in. He'll try for Nico. Nico, though, just tanking through all the damage, trying to go back after Ace. He'll heal up again. Now 2 racks is down. Do they stick around for the Megas? Mickey's down for 65 without buyback. but it's just gold. It's not on cooldown. OG do not know about this.
No. It's a massive risk to go out again without Scam, but at the same time, all of their damage disappeared in Liquid. Mika is literally their burst. You do have some poke damage on Nisha. It's just not enough, right? And the saves are big. There's only so much you can do. At this point in the game, Natsumi's just ripping faces apart. Has the Ags flying now as well. The full Ags blessing actually on top. So he has those whirling axes to dispel every single time. Really wonderful solution to take care of Enfeeble. Like absolutely the one biggest thing holding them back in some of these soft pushes is just Enfeeble debuff. 70% attack damage is massive. And now he has access to a free Tormentor as well. Wonder who gets that lucky shard here for OG. Scam now can drain more from the enemy's brains, which is always fun. I mean, still, Liquid, they're not out of it, right? Like, they're 2 axes down. Bot is holding steady. Mika is a beast. He has a lot of output. I think you're seeing some of the weaknesses of the Workhorse with a melee hero. Right? You saw the position Ace had to maintain. He had to stand still with Workhorse just to try to get Mika to get some damage out. And when that fails, you know, you're running out of time on the Workhorse Stampede. You have to pop the actual Stampede. It's not ideal in comparison to just dragging a range core around, maintaining safer spacing. When Workhorse fades, you're not in the middle of the entire enemy team. On a melee hero, it's harder to utilize that in terms of offense at the very least.
Times are very, very tough for Team Liquid. Backs against the wall. They're not out of it yet, though. They are not out of it yet. Still in this game. Still one Barracks holding. OG looks like they're going to wait for the next Roshan to try and go high ground again. This OG squad has been very disciplined, I should say, during this Wallachia Season 6. Something that's been surprising a lot of the viewers and the SEA fans that are pretty familiar with this team and players. I mean, I'm going to say it. They haven't looked this disciplined in a long time.
Yeah, it just sounds crazy when I say, oh, Southeast Asia control. It just hasn't.
Well, you don't need to say that, John.
Happened.
You know?
I mean, you know, that's the reality. Let's be real for a moment. That's the implication when I say, oh, you know, never underestimate the capability for our team to throw away a lead. Hopefully maintains, but so far it's been really clean.
Yopaj sees a couple. Nisha and Tofu going to try and back out of it. Yopaj not going to find Tofu. We'll look for Nisha, but Nisha with the zip TP are going to be perfectly fine. Meanwhile, mid, Ace spotted by Natsumi. He's a very, very tanky Sentinel. Natsumi was doing more damage to himself than he was to Ace.
They did manage to force some spells out. Workhorse down, not the longest cooldown. Unleash down is maybe something you can capitalize on. 40 seconds for it to be back up. And bigger tool gone. Crimson Guard has been popped.
A shot?
Still?
He's feeling safe enough here. Lincoln's Manta, he can kind of scout out for his squad, see what's going on down at this bottom lane. Won't stick around too long, of course. He's very close to the Aghanim Scepter as well, which you really, really would like before this fight breaks out. And the thing is, you might not even save for buyback. You might just go all in on the Ags. Yopaj trying to find the Raw. He popped his BKB very early on. So BKB down. Nisha, he's going to go in anyway. He wants Tims on that hoodwink, but Tims will be all right as the kisses do start to fly in, proccing at least the Aeon Disc. So they get a BKB, they get an Aeon Disc out of OG, and they won't really have to commit anything for it.
No. And kisses at this point, not really something you're too concerned about here on the side of Liquid OG. At this rate, they might as well just wait for next Roche. A minute off, they've got control of the bot jungle, they're constantly shoving in every wave. And there's no rush, because the longer this game goes, the more utility you get. Scam again, saving up for his refresh. Double Global Silence really blows this game open for OG. Just, I mean, there's only so much you can do with your Manta BKB when, you know, you can just layer Double Global Silence from Scam. And you know, there's no real counterplay here from Liquid outside of just killing the Silencer. You're in a happy state for OG, so long as you don't start bleeding kills randomly here. And so far, again, they haven't done that. They've been very disciplined. They're playing the map as a unit. They haven't really split up. And they've just been holding steady. Liquid as well, not making mistakes, playing it safe, slowly building up. This is the kind of team that will always look for mistakes, Liquid. And they just spot one little misstep. They can drag a game back. They've got the full Ags on Boxy. See, they do have that lower cooldown Fiend's Grip, the illusions as well that you have to stop. But again, Global Silence has been their consistent solution here from the side of OG anyhow.
Yeah, it's why you're seeing Nisha just constantly just looking for skim all these fights. It's the key. If you get rid of the Global Silence, the fight just becomes infinitely easier. Because Boxy can actually play the game. Fourth Roshan, of course, will be available now, and OG will have first dibs on that Roshan. Liquid, do they venture out and try to force something around this pit? Roshan will make it obvious. They pop the smoke immediately. They want to try for the fight. It's too valuable. Roshan, though, getting low. Halfway there already. Not too much time to think about this. Ace might just need to jump in. The kisses, it'll give the information necessary. Fiend's Grip out on Nico. Hold down the timber, and Ace! He takes the Aegis! He's got it away from Natsumi! Nico's gonna go down. Natsumi, meanwhile, he's on Mickey, but Mickey's still able to get out of there. Yopaj jumps in with the roar. The Nightmare's gonna buy a bit of time, but Mickey's still gonna drop. They will at least deny the Aegis away, as now the buybacks are incoming. Ace, he's so tanky. Natsumi still trying to get through the Centaur. Nico will help out. They'll get the first life. Meanwhile, Nisha, silenced up, trying to run. They'll root him in place. Nisha, a little bit low on mana, but he's still going for the man fight. Mickey jumping back in with the workhorse. Ace once again, saving this game for Team Liquid. Can they keep going? Liquid, they need to retreat. They're falling. In fact, Nisha's got a double. They'll buy back on Yopaj though. Nisha trying to find Timps. He's out of mana, he's out of hope, and he's out of life. He's gone. But he's got buyback. Oh my goodness, Ace. What an Aegis steal from Ace.
I'm surprised Natsumi didn't preemptively pop BKB. It reminds me of maybe a couple of times where a preemptive BKB might have saved the day for OG. Doesn't quite end in disaster, but it's a lot of commitment out of OG with these buybacks now. 2 buybacks on either side left. That's all they have each to play with if things go south here. And for Liquid, this stalls out the endgame. No, you don't have that safety net for OG. You didn't win hard enough with the buyback commitments to feel safe to go into that last set of racks. So you're going to be stuck playing a little bit of a farming game unless Liquid overstep. But chances are they won't. The side of OG gonna be pretty disappointed handing not just Aegis, but every single tool to Ace. He got the refresh shard, he got the cheese.
He got everything.
Well. Yeah.
He got everything, this man.
Grave robber.
Absolutely. Oh, Ace. Well, there you go. If Liquid managed to make a comeback here, I think we've got our MVP candidate. That's for sure. OG. Still in the lead. Looking to press their advantage once again, but they won't have the safety of an Aegis up. They won't have that very, very important Roshan banner available to them either. Do they still want to try and force this push? Because if you don't, then we're going to tier 5 item territory.
Oh yeah.
That's where we're going.
I mean, hey, look, that average game time for OG, right? When they're winning, it's longer.
I mean,
when they're losing, it's shorter.
It is their territory.
That's what they want here.
They were born in the late game.
I mean, they already set us up for it, right? Like, this is still game 1. We had how long of a lobby remake earlier, Mikey? How long of a pause?
That was about 20 minutes.
Yeah, just about. You know, the classic Southeast Asian experience. And OG,
not too bad. This
might be the play. They're the last series up against Liquid.
Yeah.
Maybe the game plan is to drag it into midnight.
Yeah.
And see what happens the next day. And as Liquid are smoked up, they want to end this today, Mike LaPhoenix.
Absolutely. Let's better get the melatonin ready. The boys might have trouble sleeping tonight. It's going to be a long one. Nisha, having a hunt around, not going to see anyone quite yet. Team Liquid, still in the Hunter's 5. OG, understanding that without that Aegis, they are pretty vulnerable now. The fights have been a lot more even than they should be. And that's just props to Team Liquid. They're just that great of a team.
That they are. They're just so good at, again, exploiting these weaknesses that OG has. Just getting these jumps in, getting these saves with a workhorse. This Centaur is just obnoxious, man. Like, how can a hero have 6.2k HP with Crimson Guard the way it works as well with that barrier? It's just insane how much you're blocking. Just stall out. Scan does spot the side of OG. Whether or not they want to do anything with that info in Liquido remains to be seen, as they are hugging, again, across the river. so far. And, you know, we're close enough to next Roshan to consider it. 3 minutes away. Stall out for a little bit longer. Start to maybe stack some camps. In fact, no, OG. They're the ones to smoke. Line drawn on the map. They want to take the gate. They could get a rear flank here onto Liquid.
And now Timmy just put out the BOT2s. Liquid will start to move in. Top tier 3 tower is where they'll go. Smoke rotation from OG. They're coming right from behind, through the twin gates, all the way from the back. So Nisha's going to have the chance to take down the tier 3 tower. He'll move on to the melee barracks. Liquid must be a little bit confused as to where OG are at the moment. OG still coming in from the rear. Mickey not spotted yet. Yopash will have his smoke broken. He'll blink forward, but he doesn't find anyone there. Nisha, meanwhile, he jumps right in onto Scam. The Aeon Disc will allow the global stance to come out, and now the Raw, but no, the workhorse, Ace. He's not laying on, but Ace is going to go down. Now Nisha's gone, a bird. Liquid, look to retreat. OG. I thought it was a pretty horrible start to the fight. Yopash just blinks into nothing, but Nisha, he took the fight thinking they could burst down Skem. Skem had the Aeon Disc ready this time.
Yeah, and even with the nullifier, it's just enough time, that little bit of burst for him to actually cast the global silence. And that means the follow-through to save just isn't there. Gets enough of a window to get that advantage up for OG. And OG, it was a long wraparound. I would say it was fairly obvious for Liquid as well, wasn't it? No one was there to defend that tier 3 for a solid, what, half a minute. And they were in position to try to break the back, but it didn't seem quite ready.
Mickey?
Huge opportunity.
Mickey!
Cool.
That's a lot of damage from Nico. That Whirling Death really hurt. No buybacks being committed though from Liquid. Calm and composed.
Now, this siege is still a challenge. At the least, you're not dealing with Crimson Guard barriers. And again, you have that self-dispel and not super.
Oh, the Fiend's Grip. The Lotus Orb cancel.
Oh.
You're playing without the Axe Fiend's Grip now. Oh, the fight's so much harder for Team Liquid without it. They need every bit of hold they can get. They'll hold on to the buybacks for now, hoping the respawn timers will be there in time. Even if not, you don't want to give up the buybacks here. Even against Megas. Kisses will do all the work. OG, they're not going to stick around. Tier 5 items, 45 seconds away.
Beautiful. This is when Southeast Asia gets to its peak. See if anyone gets some nice items to pick up here. I'm not sure. Actually, Scam with the Helm of the Undying will actually break this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing, right? Now we get to see who Gaben favors. Helm of the Undying, right? The helm stays on. We know how it works.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. If you give a helm to Natsumi, it's really good. Like you said, Scam is really good. But then on Liquid, you got a Storm. You got a Marcy just punching away.
Yep.
How many plays has Ace made?
Yep.
Who gets the helms, John?
10 helms. Everyone gets a helm.
Everyone gets a helm.
That's it. That's the only way to be fair. That's the only way to be fair. We'll see. 60-minute mark up. Everyone's farming that jungle on Liquid's end. And so is OG. Gonna be keen on seeing just exactly what we're looking for on these tier 5s. Will we get 10 helms? Because if we get 10 helms, Mike, there's a chance that this game just never ends.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Has anyone got an item yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not one person has an item.
No, they're still farming up.
Do we go
That's
Book of the
short.
Dead's here, John? Probably pretty useless in fairness, but go on.
I wouldn't mind it if you wanted to just distract, spawn your 5 Book of the Deads while some fight is breaking off elsewhere and just rush tier 4, sure.
It is.
Would
I
be
think
funny.
you just go the Regalia, right? No, Unrelenting Eye is where we'll go.
Oh, you know, I don't mind that. I think the stat res is incredibly important for a hero like Troll.
That's true.
The slow res isn't too shabby either. So I appreciate that. More attack speed as well. You don't care about the income.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Helm of the Undying Phoenicia.
Oh.
And they say they don't play favorites. Look at that. What a beautiful helmet. What's Mickey got?
Oy. He's got Book of the Dead. Unrelenting Eye, Fallen Sky is his choices.
Yeah, Tim's has got Helm of the Undead as well.
There you go. The Scam?
No, I don't
he
believe
got
so.
Spider legs.
He got spider
That's
legs.
actually griefing. It legitimately is. I mean, he can reposition, sure, but it's that window to pop global silence with a refresh up here.
Well, he's not griefing, John. He didn't have the option for the helm.
No, I mean, they're being griefed by Gabe.
They're being griefed,
Yeah.
is what you were meant to say.
Yeah. Just being griefed.
Look at that, John. Book of the Dead. Book of the Dead. Book of the Dead. Yes. See, I can't hate Team Liquid, John. They understand me like nobody else does. Look at them.
How many do they have, though?
Three. Three of them.
Three books of the dead.
Three of them. And here I was saying Nisha was favored. My
I know.
goodness.
No, they're all favored. Liquid, they've got the blessings. The 3 books. That's the King Killer trilogy for you, if you've ever read.
No, John. I don't. The only book I read is Necrobook, Book of the Dead. That's all I read.
Unfortunate. It's a good series. It's stuck at 2 books out of 3, though. So there you go. Not quite a trilogy. So I guess you're better off in Liquid with the 3 book set. Roshan, half a minute.
What are you even talking about?
I don't know anymore.
Liquid.
Half a minute.
Smoke up, Jonathan. OG. Roshan available in 15 seconds for either side. 5th Roshan of the game, I do believe. I'm not confirming with you, John. I know you're not keeping count.
Yeah, if I recall right, we saw the 4th a while ago. So yes, 5 does come after 4.
OG sneaking up, Boxy targeted, but no, nice blink away. They'll try for Ace instead. Yopaj, he does find the Bane. Boxy cannot be saved. They might find Yopaj though. Meanwhile, Natsumi, he's onto the main target. He found Mickey, but Mickey will just rebound out of there. Meanwhile, Nisha going after Tims will take him out. Buyback on Boxy, buyback on Yopaj. Tims does not have buyback. Stampede pop. Now the Fiend's Grip. They've got Nico held down. Mickey's going to jump in. Do they have the damage? They do. Nico's down. He'll buy back. Now Scam targeted on the silencer. He's already popped the global, but he's down. Yopaj, he died to Roshan. Now Natsumi's gone.
Oh, what Mickey Ace?
Mickey. Oh, he's gone down. Nico trying to salvage the game. But it's 2 versus 4 right now. It could be 2 versus 5 if they want. Nico, this will be a dieback on him. Only Natsumi left.
Oh, no.
Liquid, how do they always do this?
They find ways, and they found the right way to get that done. Yopaj was trying to jump the back line, and his roar, yeah, it's nice. He gets some control in the back. He's just directly next to Mike, and he just melts. That damage is just ridiculous. They're going for Roshan. Tier 2 bot does melt. The buyback's forced out, and now you have that full Ags up on Nisha. You've even got the defense coming out. Ace just holding the creep waves back. So no sneaky shenanigans here from Natsumi. What can he do? A minute until Yopaj is up, 80 seconds until Nico is back up.
It's a long time.
It's a lot of time here for Liquid to look for the end. Look at that roller coaster rising back up.
That's what I'm personally praying for too, John. Not relating to Dota, I might add. Bottom lane, they're going to push in here, Team Liquid. They've got Books of the Dead too, John. Don't forget.
Actually, you know what? That makes the most sense against Troll because he's forced to target randomly.
4 towers is where we're going. They know they're out of options here, OG. It's 3 versus 5. You've got no choice. You've got to fight. You cannot wait, OG. But like you said, so many units for Natsumi. They'll jump in Nisha. He's found both supports. Nisha taking him out. Tims is gone, and that's it. That is it, Team Liquid. Making the game 1 comeback. Literally stealing the game from OG.
That they do, but man, the way they get that done, the way they find these flanks in, and for OG, a very disciplined game coming
in there. You can tell this boy has a long one and he's ready to go.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Slacks. Thank you very much. Team Liquid versus OG, game number 2.
The battle begins.
Nisha, gonna say hello to Yopaj. It'll be a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of Liquid for these bounty runes. Sorry, John, still can't get over how the throw was there. Ace getting chased down a little bit. He's going to be fine.
That's a long one, that chase.
Stop saying long one, John. Stop saying long one. Oh, Scam. Scam's going to get chased down now. I guess it is a long chase. TP away. He'll be all right.
Yeah, long one. Right there.
Well, Jonathan, the age-old question. Is it KFC or is it Jollibee tonight?
Oh, you know,
If Liquid win, we get KFC. If OG win, we're getting that chicken joy.
Oh, you know, I could go for a chicken joy. I've been looking for some chicken, Mikey. I don't know if OG can do it, but we have seen weaknesses in Kez, but this is a Mickey Kez, not pure, right? This is a harder Kez to go up against.
Speaking of Mickey,
Oh,
already chasing down Nico, drawing first blood. And I think pretty much everyone that's been watching Wallachia Season 6 will agree that Mickey, definitely the best Kez player in the world right now.
that he is. 100% win rate, hasn't lost on this hero yet, and he really knows how to maximize this hero. Not a good start for Nico. You know, it's not going to be feeling great. You don't have Cookie. You'd normally always start with a little Shredder again on the Snapfire, so you miss out on some opportunities to save, and it's a little bit rougher to kick off with that early gold injection for Mike. Having that free ride into the Falcon Blade, maybe even this cheeky little Orb of Blight later on as well. Going to be feeling good in that lane. The other side lane, of course, down bot, you've got Natsumi kind of trying to play poke and prod up against Ace. We're seeing some shenanigans, deep pull coming out here from the micro of Ace, and he is just making sure that the lane is going to be shoved in as hard as possible. He's buying himself a lot of free XP once the lane is back up, once the creeps do connect once more. And it's just giving, again, all these small wins on the side of Liquid. Tim's not safe.
No, he's certainly not. Mickey going to happily chase him down with all the slows that were provided by Tofu. He'll get the cookie away. Nico getting to find a little cheeky double hoof stomp on his way out. But this top lane going to be just devastating for OG to try and play against. These early game Jakiros, just disgusting to try and deal with. Speaking of, though, I mean, we haven't talked about the mid lane at all, John, and something I always like to remind myself of is you never bet against Japoi Ember.
No.
Right? I've been saying it for years. This is my favorite Ember player.
Yep.
This guy, he tends to really bring out the magic when it comes to this hero. This is the break glass when there's an emergency button for OG.
Pretty much, right? Like, it feels like of the two mids in C that go to Lance, or used to go to Lance, Mikado and Yopaj were always the ones, and they were always like Puck Ember kind of specialists when it comes down to carrying out the game. So far, the lane, Yopaj is managing it really well. 17-2, Nisha stuck at 13-0. Yopaj getting a lot of value out with a Flame Guard build-up. You know, just all you need to do is sustain through the damage of Nisha, run him down, get some free right clicks, and you are in a very happy place here for Yopaj. Goes for the Chain Gang facet as well. So quite a fair bit of control that Yopaj can exert later on, and that is something to watch out for. I think it's one of the more fun Ember facets to pick. It's also the most annoying Ember facet to pick because there's just so much control that you're not ready for. Bit of a chase down there now as well onto Boxy.
He's going to pop the Firefly. Oh, doesn't get the deny. Doesn't get to the low ground either. And Skem immediately with the voice lines. Of course, Skem playing one of his personal favorites in the Enchantress. Ace, immediate TP away, seeing there was no way out of that scenario otherwise.
At least, you know, you only lose your support bat. You have been doing a lot of damage in this lane. It's not enough to stop Natsumi from farming, and to be fair, even if Ace has been pulling these lanes, he's not been able to really benefit off of it all too much, having a worse time in terms of CS in comparison to good old Nico up top, and that's with Nico dying the one time. Just harder to sustain through as a Lycan in this kind of lane, already forced to jungle. Not the quickest process with just the level 2 wolves, but at least a possibility here for our Lycan, and a lot of early aggressive poking from our safe laners overall, just leading to some opportunities. But the big win, again, the big disparity has been on that mid. Yopaj still holding steady in his advantage. No shenanigans over the runes this time around. We're not seeing those early rotations even at the 4-minute water rune. Maybe at the 6-minute mark for the first power rune. Things can start to get a little bit spicier up top again.
Oh, nice save from Nico. Not going to allow the chase. Mickey still going a little bit, but they can save each other. There's a little cookie out from Tim's. Meanwhile, those Skems rotated over to the top lane. Tofu looking to get punished and does go down. Skem healing through all the damage output of Mickey to boot. Skem, early rotation for the Ench, but certainly paying off here for the side of OG that needed a bit of relief at this top lane.
And it does. It's down to the fact that Natsumi on the Ursa is not a hero that you can really shove away anyhow. Although, at the least, Boxy's just focus on harassment. Oh, Skem.
No, he's going to have even more help. Tim's is still around. Skem is going to drop. So Mickey eventually able to find the pesky Enchantress, and even Tim's still on the low ground will get spotted. Nico's going to be there with a double hoof stomp, but Tim's, he's just taking so much damage And they've got the gap closed with the grappling hook of Mike, who now picks up a double kill and is already on a killing spree on this Kez.
Yeah, we saw the timing as well in his Falcon Blade. Another record set here by Mike, just finding that quick farm already on this Kez, and it starts to get scary. He's level 5, he's got the damage. This is a point in the laning phase early on where the Kez is not something you want to run into as a support. You have to be so cautious with how far you commit into that position. At least Yopaj, off the efforts there, does manage to get himself the first power rune. Invis, maybe not the most useful, but they are at least zoning Nisha away from having a free ride into rotation out. Even some pressure from Skem with a Warpine Raider. Some decent damage coming in there onto our puck. And overall, despite all of these trades and lanes, a very even game so far. There is just absolute concern for how much Mika can do with this early start. Like, this Kez is about to hit level 6. Raptor Dance is going to be there. The Veil is going to be there. The Physical Burst is going to be online. And even someone like Nico is not tanky enough to cop through it. He does at least have the Helm of Iron Will to help. But he's been shoved completely away from that top lane.
Absolutely. Yopaj going to be around for the Shrine of Wisdom secure. Get some vision here with the Wolves. Thames will have no contest though. Of course, Tofu will find the opposing one anyway, so not really a big deal at all for Liquid. But OG in the meantime, they've got an inch. They want an easy tier 1 tower, and they will secure that. Very nice and early. And I imagine Scam probably going to try and do the old connect into the mid lane. Try to find an early mid-tier 1 tower soon too.
Yeah. And again, you've got the creeps to kind of get that done. Not the best creeps in the world, but they do enough chip damage away. And there's really not much else to do, right? Like, you've got a lot of room out for Natsumi to just play his farm game, building into that Battle Fury. You can't really handle the Kez up top, as Mike has just been given free reign, of course, of that top tier 1 to siege by himself. And he will find it. Desolator 2 parts off still. But this tempo Liquid's finding, it's exactly what they'd want off of this laning start. Like, even with the slower start for Nisha, he's recovered slightly ahead of Yopaj in terms of overall net worth. Power rune.
Nisha. Not going to get lucky. Chained up. Gets the coil off. Onto 2. Boxy's going to come in from the side. Even an Ice Path to block the way for Skem. Skem will go down, but they'll get Yopaj out of there. Arcane Rune for Yopaj. Still Boxy looking for a little bit more in the way of punishment here for Liquid. But they won't have any backup. He'll have to retreat. A lot of emphasis on these power runes between the Puck Ember. This time around, Yopaj got away with the Arcane.
A pretty meaningful rune as well for Yopaj. Might allow him some cheeky plays if he'd want with the chains, but it's been a little bit more subdued here from OG. I think they've had this understanding that they can't really reach across the map just yet. Their support levels are a little bit lower. If you had, say, Kisses Up and Tims, it does become a little bit easier to kind of play with those chain gang chains. Just not quite at that point, considering that he's had to walk across the map. He hasn't really had to lane good old Tims, as Nico has no presence up against Mike. Still free reign up top, and just constantly shoving in. The triangle is still safely stacked up here for the side of OG at the least, so there's some good farm to come in here for Yopaj later on. Already has the urn going into that full spirit vessel. My issue is the connections have to come when the kisses are up on Tims, right? Like, even with this vessel up, you need the kisses to really find safe kills. It's so much space you're handing to Liquid. They'll try now.
They will. Boxy gonna get chained up mid lane. Push back with the Hurricane as well. Easy kill for Yopaj, and they will start to look for that mid-tier 1 tower prior to the 10-minute siege creep timing, but it won't really matter. You've got the Ench to tank all these hits with the Wild Ring Ripper. They will force the Glyph though from Team Liquid. So you might be stuck waiting for the 10-minute siege creep. It's Nisha, Tofu, looking for a defense. They'll throw a coil onto Yopaj. Mika gonna move in as well with the Raven's Veil, just silencing him up. Yopaj trying to find a way out, but cannot. So much control when it comes to the Kez. They do find the Ember.
It's a little bit of an overstay out from OG. Not respecting that, Nisha's more than willing to drop the coil onto 1 if it provides them that key kill on the tempo hero of OG. And that just sets them back a tad bit. So much space in the side lanes for Liquid. Even dragging Kez in, Mika doesn't care. He just gets a freebie kill, gets that progression still into the Deso. Ace has all the room to recover on his Lycan. Dominator up, probably going into the Overlord once you have that. you've got issues in stabilizing the split push coming in from Liquid as well. So OG, again, not much you can do outside of hoping for the best from Yopaj so far.
We're going to chain up Nisha for a moment. Wolfform's been popped. Ace is connecting to the mid lane from the rear. Tims is going to be the easy target to secure, and they do. They will still lose that mid tier 1 tower, but they're going to try and get as much as they can for it. Scam should not be able to escape out of this one. Gets a little bit of a cheeky stun off there, but will eventually get coiled. They don't want to play games with Scam. They'll find a double for Ace, and it does come at the cost of that mid tier 1.
You really don't mind an OG sacrificing these supports. You're getting space out. Again, to get this Battle Fury timing on Natsumi, there's been a recovery for Nico elsewhere on the map. Still struggling as the bottom network core, although, to be fair, Yopaj and Nico aren't too far behind from Ace and Nisha, so maybe not too doom and gloom here for OG. Still a relatively even game. It's just a matter of this Kez timing moves so fast.
Yopaj, Ice Path going to lock him down. Tim's going to try to move in, but Tofu not making it easy as Yopaj now needing a remnant out. We'll get it. Not going to go down, but the power runes are going to spawn in a few seconds, so he might need to stick around. Boxy still playing games with Tims. They'll get an illusion rune for their trouble. Chains will ensure Boxy does get secured. Tofu now with a beautiful Ice Path off the toe. Finding Tims, but Natsumi, he's going to connect now to the dire triangle. Tofu will drop. OG trying to match the aggression of Team Liquid, and they're doing a good job of it.
That they are. They're starting to trade back the support. Scam a little bit forward here.
Do they have enough damage on Mickey for Scam? He's a hard target. Don't waste your time with the Enchantress. Not worth it.
Yeah, a bit surprising. I do feel like he has probably enough burst damage. It will take commitment. No untouchable to worry about at least, but not the biggest thing to miss out on either. You are just looking to, get this build up. The Deso's not too far off. And once you hit that Ags timing with all the utility Kez has, that's where things start to get a little bit spicy. Can you handle the Kez on OG? Can you actually pin him down long enough? You're not going to have something like the Blink on Nico anytime soon. He is going for the full Crimson Guard. And we've seen what that can do when a Centaur is on hand, especially towards the late game. But even early on, it does block a significant portion of Mickey's burst. Sees Scam again.
We've got Nisha and Tofu around as well, and that'll ensure they can quickly burst down Scam. Just a little quick pick off here for Tofu. Mickey, he will find himself top of the net north board once again on the Kez. Natsumi right behind him, just 100 gold behind, in fact. But another big power spike when it comes to Mickey. He's got the Desolator up now on the Kez. Damage output skyrockets even more. Yopaj moving in to the eastern side of the map, looking for Ace on this Lycan. Shrine of Wisdom going to come up. They will jump the Lycan immediately, but he's got the wolf form out. The chains will not hold him down long enough. TP's coming in. Mickey wants to intervene, ensure this Shrine of Wisdom does not get given. In fact, they will go for a chase, at least trying to find Tims, but Tims will continue to run as Mickey. He'll be the one to go down. Natsumi's around the corner if they need it, but they don't want to deal with this hero. They'll let Tims die. Nisha coming in as well. Unable to find a nice coil. Top lane though, Tofu also caught. There's your coil out, catching a couple. Tofu with the Ice Path, catching 2 of them. And he'll casually fly his way out of there. It's Nisha getting the body blocks, waiting for Mickey to move in. But they're not going to be able to finish off the job. Nico will be okay.
Yeah, he is, but you're finding the freebies on the side of Liquid. And yeah, these kills aren't the biggest, but it's a nice source of feed for the side of Liquid to slowly build up. Very fortunate, at the least, that you don't get charges up on Mickey off of that pick-off down bot. But
Chains out. They'd love a big kill onto Mickey. Raptor Dance is committed. Kisses fly out too, but it leads to nothing. Mickey going to be perfectly fine to retreat.
Radiant's top tower is under
And he's just farming towards the Aghanim Scepter now.
yeah,
Just same build every time, but you don't fix it if it's not broken.
no, it's the way to go. It's just so much utility, again, that the Kez can have. So many ways of damaging and kiting around as they find Natsumi.
Yeah, nice lasso. Natsumi did not get the enrage off in time, but he will pop it and go for the quick TP out, and does make it. But that'll be your bot tier 1 tower going down. Ace with the Helm of the Overlord up, so plenty of push potential now from Team Liquid. And OG, they need much more time. I mean, you've got an Ursa to rely on. You cannot deal with the amount that Liquid are throwing out right now with this draft.
No. Even with this blink that Natsumi's farming towards, you'd still want the BKB on top, right? Like the standard Ursa build has to kick in. It's more time you have to stall out for. At the least, Crimson Guard's also coming out soon for Nico. And that's just gonna, again, buy you a lot of time. The Kez can't quite pierce through all of it that quickly. They are invading though.
They are. Tims, he'll tank the gank for the squad. Such a quick kill for Mickey. Mega kill streak, in fact, now. And some charges on this later, of course. You get the Crimson Guard up on Nico at the very least in the meantime. Tofu will die to Natsumi down south in that Radiant jungle. So trades happening across the map. Not really favoring anyone, just even trades.
No big wins for either side, but it does feel like Liquid's reaching a power spike much sooner, and they'll steal away this first Roshan. Something that Natsumi would want for himself. They've got the damage with Mike on hand. It's not the quickest, but the scan does reveal it. OG, they could try.
Nico's going to scout out with the dominated creep. Roshan's still relatively healthy. Misses the stun on Nisha. Nice little juke out with the phase shift from Nisha. Team Liquid not looking to necessarily retreat from the pit too far, but OG, they've smoked up as 3. They'll see if they can hunt down Mickey, who's showing in the mid lane. Yopaj, he'll land the chains. Natsumi right on top. Mickey with the Raven's Veil is still able to get away though. Very hard to chase him down once he pops that Raven's Veil out.
Damn, that might bite him enough time for Roshan here though. It is half HP. Oh,
jump in again. Nisha does get caught. Natsumi, he'll be very happy with that because that'll lead him to the Roshan.
And that's the big kill they needed. They need one of these cores to die off. Roche already at half HP, courtesy of Liquid. Not gonna take too long for OG to clean up. Liquid, I mean, they are still in position to run in here.
Ace now gonna move in. He did steal the Aegis before. The flame break! Boxy!
Oh.
They stole it again! Boxy, Boxy, Boxy! And now Nico! Nico's down! Oh, Team Liquid, they keep doing it! They keep doing it!
Yeah, this Roshan's just a nightmare. OG, when you feel secure, when you feel safe, when you feel like you've won after killing off Nisha, you just aren't. Yeah, you have to have that coverage. I know it's just hard to maintain all of that coverage. Look at the sneaky backboard as well to ensure that you've got this position ready with no one to cut you off for Boxy. I mean, what can you do? You know, you get outplayed again on OG. The big tool, the big objective you want, denied. And you just kind of have to hold out. At the least, you don't have to deal with 2 lives on any of the Liquid heroes as well. So you do have that safety net. But the 4K lead for Liquid is palpable now. Because it's only Natsumi finding this farm. Yopaj, Nico lagging behind at the same rate as Nisha, but Ace being right next to Natsumi in farm, overtaking him even. This Lycan is going to be an issue. Your hard hold for Lycan isn't really there outside of the chain gang chains. And that only lasts for so long here for Yopaj. Like, how do you actually catch them out? We've seen issues with holding, as we have already seen with Mikke when the Raven's Veil comes on. Your teamfight control is not amazing. At least not until you get the blink up on Nico, which is still a long ways off. Like, it's been a slow game for the other cores of OG, and all they can do is just sit back, wait, stem the bleeding. There's that full Ags up on Mikke. So he's got all of that utility with switching around and getting free cooldowns off on that Kez, which he's been a terror to the supports on OG. OG for their part though, going for a smoke.
They do. They got a basher up on Natsumi. It's a nice spike for the Ursa. Great way to control Mikke, though. They do jump right in. Natsumi, he found Ace with the wolf form. It does come out in time. Tofu, a great ice path. Caught 2 of them. Now the lasso holding down the Ursa. Natsumi, he's going for the man fight with the Raptor dance. Mikke healing up through all of it. Natsumi is down again. Scam will get chased to bird. Nico, he'll try to move in now. Mikke, he's low, but he's nowhere near low enough. Meanwhile, Yopaj having to leave through the twin gate. But he's not safe yet. In fact, he will be. Nisha won't chase him down. Oh, the Raptor dance. It's just such a great counter initiation tool, isn't it?
It really is. If you can't lock in the Kez long enough, he can just easily turn back. It looked pretty decent coming out from Natsumi. He was getting a couple of bashes off, but just the lasso with the stall, cutting off those additional attacks from Boxy, even under Enrage, is enough to kind of interrupt that momentum that Natsumi is building up for himself. And Liquid, again, just find these wins. They even snipe off Yopaj's courier. So that's the full, well, at least the plate mail gone for 2 minutes. It's about as long as he'd take to maybe build up that recipe anyhow. But Liquid in the driver's seat in game 2, 9-15, 7K up. And they are just set to get bigger and bigger. Full AC for Ace, not too far off. You've got the BKB being lined up here for Mikke, complicating the process of, again, just this lack of hold on the side of OG, outside of this basher into the full Abyssal. Oh, maybe they can catch Ace off.
So they can. Ace will go down. Nice quick one for Natsumi. Liquid, there's multiple events now where they just keep inching their way into some very successful arrangements with themselves. The Roshan still, even that last team fight, getting the Raptor Dance, a double ice path. Now Lasso, they're going to find Scam. Scam, he'll go for a run with the Stampede, but they will coil him up. He gets the heals off in time, but it's not going to be enough to survive. But here comes Nico with the hoof stop onto Mikke. Raptor Dance, unable to come out yet. They can't even find Boxy at the moment. They just don't have the damage. Mikke chasing. Chains will cancel the TP as there's your Raptor Dance now being committed. Boxy's still walking up another Koki. Nico, he needs help. Nico will go down, but Natsumi, he'll jump Mikke. They will find the Kez. Yopaj looking for more. Chains out. That'll be Tofu to go down, though Nisha, he found an amp damage. See if he can make some magic happen, but no, the Cookie! Nisha playing on the edge, but Tim's with the timing on the Cookie.
Oh, that was very optimistic from Nisha. To be fair, you know, if he got away with it, it's a good amount of poke damage. He did commit that full amp damage, but it is costly. Liquid, a 3.4k swing towards OG over that fight, and it's down to the fact that they're forced to commit on 2 really tanky heroes, right? Like, it takes a while to kill off Scam, it takes a while to kill off Nico. They pop literally all their big single target control onto that edge, like Lasso being down. That's a major tool to keep Natsumi in his place. And then you get this focus fire onto Nico. Like, yeah, eventually the magic damage starts to add up and you start to get like the macro powers and the ice paths later on. But again, that's more tools taken away here that OG can play into cleanly, and all of this happens just, look, it's a free run for Natsumi at that point. There's just no control, there's nothing left in the tank.
Absolutely nothing left. Big fight for OG now. Very big fight. I mean, it just felt like nothing was going right in this game too for them. What a beautiful cookie out from Tim's as well. And there you go. Nico, gonna get caught in the dire jungle though. Completely alone, not anticipating the side of Liquid to all be there. But they were.
Yeah, still looking for follow-through. Rune control, OG's been very on point with this one. Regen, gonna be given over to Yopaj, and maybe a chase afterwards. Still, have to be a bit cautious about positioning on the map. Again, for Nico, he's not the tankiest he could be just yet, and he needs more time to get that full Ags up for that saving play that we have seen be a nuisance throughout Wallachia Season 6. The workhorse has been doing a ton of, well, work, for lack of better terms.
Very well done, Chuck.
I mean, I can't. There's nothing left in that tank either, Mikey.
Sure.
Still, Liquid, lots left in the tank. BKB for Mikke not too far off. And the Nullifier coming in for Ace is going to help do some work. Nisha as well, going for the full Ags relatively early. So looking for some more of that damage, some more of that control. Can start to really add up. And I would say if this game starts to drag on, let's say into the 40-minute mark, 45, that's where things are a little bit interesting, right? Like, Kez in the late game scenario, I don't think it's the most valuable in like late game, ultra late game scenarios. This hero feels like it has a little bit of a harder cap, feels a little bit easier to manage once you can kind of survive through his burst, because this hero is very burst focused. If it doesn't find a kill with its spells, then it's kind of out of luck once all of that's on cooldown. And the Ursa just doesn't care. So There is maybe some pressure on Liquid to play faster, but they are in control of this game. They shouldn't be too concerned. Roshan will be the next concern for both sides, as we're about 20 seconds away from seeing when it does pop its head back up. And, I mean, if OG's had so much trouble in Roche in this series. Have to be a little bit cautious, though. They still can't afford to give it away for free.
Boxy will get found out. Nico just jumping right in. Boxy's down. No Batrider, but he can buy back if he needs to. Who else are they going for? Looks like they're just trying for the overwhelming creeps, but no. Ace will move in. Meanwhile, towards the north, Nico is going to go down. The Raptor Dance was out. Natsumi, meanwhile, still trying to chase down Ace, but he's falling quite low in terms of the HP pool. Nisha, he's going to jump in to try and snipe Natsumi. The Glimmer Cape will keep him alive, but OG, it's a 2 for 2. Favoring Liquid. They at least found the off lane. They only lose their support duo.
Yeah, they do. And very fortunate for both sides as well. Roshan, a longer respawn timer on top of things. There is a lot of issues for Natsumi if he is committed on. Like, they've got the Yults, so anytime you enrage without BKB, you're just going to be stuck in the air. And you really have no play. The Yults build up early on here from Tofu is just doing quite a fair bit of work and does buy that spacing for Ace to actually run around, be a nuisance on that. Like in the AC as well. It's just, again, making this burst window for Natsumi harder and harder to find. Just all this armor he has to eat through first, get some extra hits off before the kill threat really starts to materialize, is playing into what Liquid would want. You know, allowing that survivability for Mike, allowing opportunities to just snipe. And he does have his fresh BKB up and running. They are still set to scuttle over here if they'd want. Scan does find the side of Liquid, so...
Nico jumps in. They'll find Boxy. Mickey's actually going to go for the fight anyway. Raven's Bell's popped. Nisha, he's going to join in with the haste rune now, trying to hunt down Natsumi. Even Tofu just cutting off the path, not allowing the escape, but the turnaround. Mickey's down. Nico and Tims, they will be able to take him out. Here comes Ace with the wolf form and the congregations of the deep, locking down Tims. A 2 for 2 trade. Both carries dying. Yopash is going to stick around for this Shrine of Wisdom. Ace, he'll start to get to work. Nico right into the ice path. Tofu with the timing. Nico eventually hoof stomps, but he's going to die. But Yopash cleaning up now. Ace is down. Tofu in trouble. Tofu not going to make it. OG not backing down.
It does cost him a bit, you know, a buyback on Tims, but not the biggest buyback to have to commit out here on the side of OG. And in the end, it does pay off. A 3K swing their way. They managed to get that massive streak on Mikke. But you are still seeing issues for Natsumi and just trying to play his game. Right? When BKB is down, he's just a sitting duck. And even then, you know, even relying on Enrage, it's just not easy if Tofu can just get the Yules off. So he's going to need to be, again, pretty smart with how he uses his spells here. He is going for the Abyssal, so it's consistent control over this Kez is going to be quite massive here once he can farm that up. You're seeing Mikke as well go for his own Satanic for some of that sustain in these prolonged engagements. And for OG, and this is a little bit scrappier of a game overall. It's still even. Certainly a slight advantage coming out for Liquid. Roshan is up. Both sides have everyone back up on their roster as well. And a smoke out. OG, they're the ones to want to set up first. They need to find a good win, so they have a clean time in Roche. It's again been very messy for OG in that pit.
Jump in, Nico, Ace, he's the one caught out with the hoof stop. Boxy's trying to help out. They do get the wolf form, but it's not enough. Boxy now also being chased down by Yopash. He hasn't enough yet. But the Firefly Boxy will be able to escape. Roshan cannot do the same.
Yeah, they draw the lines. They know Roche is going to be the next play, but it is going to switch sides in a few seconds. So OG is starting to set up on the Radiant Roche side. Thing is, Ace being dead, it doesn't feel like he's the biggest issue. At the least, Assault Curious being gone does, again, ensure that the damage coming in from Natsumi is more consistent, or at least faster in comparison, but your worry is still Nisha, your worry is still Mikke coming in with the damage, and Boxy trying to get these steals. OG does pull back, they're not hanging around the area as much. Maybe Boxy?
Gonna go down, Yopash. Still hunting him down and eventually finds the Bat Rider. And this is a classic Yopaj Ember game.
And it is. He's free to dance around the way he would want to. And now without Boxy, you should get a little bit more confident to go into the pit. You still have to worry about Nisha. But at least the Bat Rider can't knock you out this time around.
Well, Nisha, he'll keep tabs on what's happening in the pit. Ace is back up. Boxy's the one down front of the 15. Nico, right on Tofu, will take down the Jakiro immediately. Tofu will have buyback. Mickey TP's in as well, prepping for the Roshan attempt. Or rather, the Roshan counter attempt. Roshan's still half HP. It seems like they want to reset before they'll go again.
I guess, again, they're a little bit concerned with Boxy back up and they don't see him. Their forward vision is somewhat there. They've got a really sneaky cliff ward. That's kind of tricky to find that can see into the tree line, but not into the triangle. So OG, hedging their bets this time around. You have the constant scouting coming in as well with Ace's Wolves, giving a lot of info as to OG's positioning. They don't quite know that Liquid is a little bit loosely gathered around Roche. They're not actually looking to be right next to it. Boxy is still hanging around with that Blink Force Staff. But OG are really hesitant. They're not bothering.
I mean, the thing is, they've got that wolf in the pit in the fog area, so you can't actually take it out. They've got constant information. So, and I think OG are very well aware that the wolf's watching. Even with the sentry there, they can't see it in that little fog spot. Team Liquid gonna smoke up and move in. Natsumi picks up an Abyssal Blade now. Liquid trying to get to the high ground. These wolves again gonna give the info they require. Skem will take it for himself. Jump in. Ooh. They find nothing though. Quick blink away. Boxy still in the pit, still in danger. Will go down. Sure. That's one gone. Anisha in the middle of nowhere. So is Mickey. Ravensvale's going to be out there into the Ravens dance, but the workhorse is going to be there. Nico, he'll die for his carry, but it seems like Mickey, he needs some help right now. He's got no choice but to stand and die. As Ace trying to save. We'll find Natsumi. Nisha, can he get out? No, the cookie! Ultra kill for Yopaj! And Tim's has been baking, John.
He's been baking in that oven. It does pay off. That's a spicy hot cookie that he's setting out there. And it's going to be a slower Roche, but they win out overall. Liquid, maybe not expecting the side of OG to be so patient. Again, low ground, smoke break. Yeah, the initiation's a little bit iffy. Skem breaks the smoke on the right side. That movement out from Nico doesn't quite catch anyone they'd want. But the key thing, Boxy was stuck in that pit. Like, he could not get a good lasso off. He was just burning to that damage coming in from Yopaj. The chains connecting to the target you'd really want gone. And that makes all the difference. Not having to worry about the lasso, not having to worry about the flame break. You have so much room to keep playing your game. And again, they managed to stake out a longer game. This Chain Gang Ember, that area control he provides with the chains is doing so much work to prevent these fights from going any quicker for Liquid. And when it comes down to it, a longer fight favors OG. That's exactly what you want.
Yopaj now top of the net worth board. It's scary times, I'm telling you. This guy's Ember. You don't underestimate. 63% win probability now for the side of OG, Team Liquid. I mean, in fairness, John, last game looked horrendous for Liquid, and of course they made the classic Liquid comeback.
They did.
You never know with Team Liquid.
No. You have to be so careful still from the side of OG. But I'd say this is a much more stable game to be, you know, happy and scaling, right? Like, it's not like you have a Troll. You've got the Ursa, a much, I would argue, better carry overall. It's still kiteable, but not as bad.
Speaking of,
catch Mikke.
They don't see him yet, Natsumi. Not seeing him yet, still in the fog. Mickey, now they'll see him!
Oh.
Hoof Stomp is out! And Mickey, that's a big deal. BKB popped, but he couldn't get the rap dance off in time to sustain through it. That's the one you really want if you're OG.
Down for 70 seconds without buyback. You've got a window, a big window of opportunity here for OG to just siege onto these tier 2s, shrink the map down with no damage threat to worry about. Nisha does have some output. He didn't go for the full axe. He went for his Octarine first. So you have no real concerns. Maybe Ace could get the chase down, and this is how Liquid stay relevant. Look at Ace's build-up. He's going into the Ags, Mikey. We're going to have the Chicken Wolf coming in relatively soon.
Tofu. Gonna go down. Nico. We'll get in there with the hoof stop. Nico giving Natsumi a quick ride on his back.
Why not?
Well, the Chicken Wolf, Jonathan.
Yeah.
That
The
sounds...
legendary Chicken Wolf.
That sounds terrifying.
Oh yeah, there were folktales it's all about the Chicken Wolf, Mikey.
What was the folktale?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
you
there
have-
are.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there are.
We'll come up with the law
I don't
later.
think it's like a chupacabra, but it's something of that degree of terror.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, you should get cultured, Mike.
I'm casting with you, John. I don't know how much more culture I'm going to get.
That's true.
Yo,
I'm
Paj.
very cultured.
Still 2 minutes on the Aegis. Speaking of Aghanim Scepters, of course, Yopaj is going to have his own Ags very, very soon.
Dire's middle tower.
There it is. On the courier. Nullify pick up Phoenicia. Boxy having a hunt with the Firefly, trying to see if he can find a big target, but Nico, he's the first one to jump in. Boxy still moving in, does not want Skem. Yopaj, happy to jump in. The lasso, it's going to catch him. Yopaj, he's silenced. That'll be the Aegis gone. 1 life, but Skem just moves in by himself. Look at the damage from Skem.
Ooh.
Skem's the carry now. And Yopaj. Oh, there it is. Nico's feeling confident. The only thing I need to see is a Man Gabby sticker.
Oh yeah, we haven't had that in a while.
Dire's top tower.
Good use of the Aegis. I mean, still had a minute and a half left. Arguably, you could have asked for more, but you've got the opportunity still to, again, shrink that map control anyhow. Get yourself going. There's the Ags up, though.
Dire's top tower.
So the Chicken Wolf is coming in, Mikey.
Very, very scary.
I'm curious to see just how much this does for Mike, how much more damage he gets. They are starting to collapse into that bot area, though, with Nico and Natsumi. So we might see relatively soon here.
This is definitely a Monka-esque, the Chicken Wolf. We've unlocked new technology here in Dota 2. Have we seen this before?
I don't think so. I don't think we have just yet. We'll have to see later on. Again, if they manage to get that bite off, just how much it does. I think just the escapability of it as well, just how fast you are. That's probably the bigger deal. Think of it as a pseudo workhorse, except instead of taking a ride, you become a wolf.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's kind of the same mindset, but you're not invulnerable. So there are windows there. And again, this game, it feels like it's going to be down to Yopaj at this point. Can he maximize his ads? Can he maximize these chains? Because it's all down to that. That's your biggest AoE control here. You have to land it every single time.
Boxy trying to get Yopaj. Maybe just scouting around, but immediate chains out from Yopaj. Now Godlike, looking for more. Team Liquid, not happy. Another chains out. Yopaj, he's fishing now. Tofu will go down.
They've got to show it at some point. You know, high ground's under siege. No buyback on Tofu. Buyback on Boxy at the least for the lasso threat. There's no
Wolfham's gonna
Aegis
be
to cover here. It's risky
popped.
for OG.
Here comes the Chicken Wolf, Mickey. He will get stunned straight off the bat. BKB's popped now. They'll go after the Ember. That's the big target. Ravensfell hits every single person. There is your Raptor Dance as well, but nobody's dying. They're out of gas. Team Liquid. Team Liquid, they're falling. The Chicken Wolf is gone. He'll buy back. But just as a chicken. No more wolf.
I mean, I don't know if it even makes a difference. That wasn't as much damage as you'd expect coming out from our Chicken Wolf. Maybe not able to get as much free right clicks, having to rely on the Raptor Dance towards the end. And you're trying to throw these katanas around to move quickly, but you did not get the value you'd expect. He's not able to just stand and hit and try to maximize this innate crit. And it does feel like you miss out. Buybacks forced out, big opportunity for OG to just sit back, relax, finish up their itemization, and re-engage afterwards. Roshan, maybe even a possibility as well. A minute and a half. They still won't have buyback on these big cores. So it will be a gaping wound for Liquid that they're going to have to find a way to dress. Going to have to find a way to cover up and recover on. But for OG, they're in a good path towards leading us into a game 3. So long as they manage to play cleanly, so long as they find the objectives they want. For Mentor, Natsumi taking it solo. Skem does get his spoink, and like you mentioned, Mike, Lots of damage coming out from Scam if you just leave him alone. Has a lot of sustain as well. Just with the Solar Crest, all the defensive items, the Glimmer.
Nisha, they've got a sight device on Tims. He just picked it up. Surprise reveal from Tims and Nisha. He's got buyback at least. He's all right.
But he really doesn't want to have to spend it. That Ags just feels so important now for this puck. They need more damage. It's like we were talking about a little bit earlier, but Kez at 40 minutes in, I mean, it has output. It just doesn't feel as quick. There's a lot of sustain on OG to ride through that initial onslaught, and once you do, Kez doesn't feel comfy really standing and hitting for the most part. I mean, he might with BKB Satanic, but
Oh boy.
it's been a lot of issues for Mikke in just trying to be that big win condition so far.
Refresher orb up. Nico bought the liquid pack. Chains out. Yopaj, he's not allowing anything. Refresh orb on the Ember. This is when it gets really scary. Mid-racks under siege. Team Liquid, they've got to find a way to defend, but the chain gang gonna make it hard as here comes the Chicken Wolf once again. Scam's the only one hitting the racks though. Lasso, they'll drag him back, but the workhorse, Nico, he's not going to allow it. It's not fair, Scam. And now the Abyssal Blade. Mikke locked down. He'll run out of there. OG, they'll chase down the other wolf instead. Ace has been caught. He can't do it. He's down. As Liquid looking vulnerable now. They will buy back on Nisha. Something they did not want to do. Nico finding Tofu. Natsumi on a double. It's a 3v5 OG. Very close to a game 3 now. They're going for the tier 4 towers. They learn off Liquid last game and GG has called. GG has called OG. Not this time. We are going to a game 3 between these two teams.
What year is it when you see a game 3, a very close series?
Yippo indeed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 between Liquid and OG, and definitely an incredibly base take from Blitz. I mean, we wanted to say that for years, John.
Yeah.
Thank God he said it.
Yeah, he said a quiet part out loud.
We don't want to see 5-hour games with 2 kills. We don't want that. Box, Arrow, not on the mark. Boxy's in trouble. Blood Grenade slows out. Do they have enough? They do. With the shards out, TP away, not going to happen either. Boxy's going to have to make the walk of shame back to the lane already. And Yopaj, of all people, will secure first blood as they want even more now, OG. But that'll be all she wrote. They've got to get into the laning stage. There's creeps to hit.
That there is, and this matchup is going to be really interesting for Yopaj. Up against the Pangolier, we ourselves haven't seen the Sand King mid all too often nowadays, but it's still fairly common. It's a hero that has been popular for the past year, and it does still feel really good. I think this Ags Rush build-up is still amazing on the hero. You still have really good control with Caustic Finale on the lane. Nisha does have the double jump fast at the very least, so there is a lot of durability and damage that you can apply and harass onto Yopaj. And Yopaj, of course, did expend quite a fair bit just to find that kill. At the least has the bottle up to fully top up here. And you can see the annoyance of having to play a melee into Sand King. Just Caustic Finale onto the creep wave. You've got the Stinger to play with as well. Other lanes, of course, down bot. We're seeing some poking and prodding here. Nico once more on the Mars, and he's had some really strong Mars performances in this tournament here in Wallachia. He's looked good on it. You've got the high damage support for Tims in the Jakiro, and like you love to point out, Mike, hitting level 2 on this, in this kind of lane melee matchup, all this magic damage onto Mikke, it's not going to be the comfiest of times once you do manage to soak some EXP for Tims.
No, absolutely not. And Nico, of course, in that Mars, we saw how great a performance he had yesterday. I've cursed him apparently because they're going to chase him down a little bit. Tims, he'll start with the Jewel Breath. Spear is out. Counter curse for Nico apparently. He's now Boxy's in trouble. I might just stop talking now, John. I might just stop.
Yeah, Boxy's fine. Does have that disruption to be a bit of a pest. Does manage to also get the D ward eventually. Just needs to walk up, and there you go. Should be able to clear out that camp block later on. Still, Nico did drop quite a fair bit low, and he's going to need some resources out. All out of tangos now. Tims does have one salve ready, but Nico's not healthy.
No, they're still trying for Nico. Spear back onto the DK. Meanwhile, Boxy really suffering at the hands of Tims. Tims, tree block, not going to pan out. 0-2 already here, OG already off to a brilliant start.
They are. Curious to see how that last lane is going here. We've seen this Gyrocopter and Tusk already before with the drinking buddies. There's so much damage later on here for Skem. It's dragging Natsumi. The flak cannon does some free work.
Ace gonna spawn up the wolves to try and avoid this rocket flare damage. Tofu, he'll be able to leap away. One thing I think that we haven't really mentioned at all as well, if we're talking about OG, this Natsumi Gyro, the Mars off lane, these are very, very comfort picks for the side of OG. Nico's gonna go down as I say that.
Yeah.
Boxy. Also in trouble. Tims
Dire's
being chased down still. Even Tofu top lane's in a bit of danger. Boxy eventually trying to ankle break, but it's not going to pan out for it. Tofu is okay though.
Yeah, a lot of action across the map. And I will say, like you were mentioning, comfort heroes for the side of OG, yes, but it also makes sense in the game, right? You've got Mars against Lycan later on. You've got this Gyrocopter that can also deal with the Lycan lane quite nicely, as we're seeing as they're starting to block off Ace here. Ace is not safe.
No, he's certainly not. Snowball's going to lock him down as well. Natsumi with the next rocket flare. The Wolf is tanking it, but Ace is going to drop. And it is a very hard lane for Team Liquid in both side lanes. Just very lane dominant. Now, even in the mid lane, it could get pretty choppy here for Nisha. Never really easy going up against this mid Sankey.
No. And it's just a fantastic start coming out here for OG early on. Maybe it's down to the fact that you have to lane with a Mirana. Like, yeah, you've got Lotus control out for Tofu. He's getting 50% more when you pop that Lotus on, so there's some good pocket heals here. But there's really no presence for Ace early on. Right? Like, you have the damage to deal with everything on Natsumi. You have the speed to chase down with a Rocket Barrage. And all of these kills are happening without the drinking buddies being up yet on Skem. Like, they aren't even working with that added damage here on the flak cannon just yet. Still.
Chase on a Boxy. Dual Breath was already committed onto Mickey. That face. That smile, John. That damn smile.
Oh.
Ace. Again in trouble. The arrow from Tofu going to buy enough time to create him space, and they'll even find a cheeky courier. Natsumi at least gets his treads off the courier before it does go down. Tofu will try and turn back around on Skem, and we'll find maybe another courier. And he does.
Yep, some pretty decent snipes. Skem's still looking to play Pogue. I mean, Natsumi's not around the area whatsoever, but does at least force out some leaps. Again, happy start for OG so far, even with all of this laning pressure. Nico with the one death doesn't mind. Double bracers up. Gonna be feeling really good in this lane to just sustain. Yopaj has been making short work of Nisha on mid, having that slight EXP advantage.
Don't do that! The smile only a mother could love.
It's upside down.
Oh, why?
Is that how you see an Australian win?
It's a jump scare, John.
Terrifying.
Anyway, moving on. 1 to 4.
I mean, this is the best start you could ask for on OG. Now, you've got everything you could ask for. Maybe just stacks lacking in the triangle aren't able to build up as much. And that is something that, you know, it looks like we're trying to fix here on Tims. They do interrupt. Box, he just runs up to at least take the Watcher. It is that 6-minute rune mark, and Nisha does get himself a free double damage rune.
Boxy does force out the Epi. Yopaj trying to go for the blind Burrow Strike, but now not only is it on cooldown, but of course they want to force a fight. Tofu's going to show up as well. Tims, he's going to be the easy target, though they don't hit the initial stun, but they will get him eventually. Keep in mind, Nisha has an amp damage rune, so he can keep going if necessary. But OG, they do not want that.
No. A bit unfortunate. Yopaj had the right sense to try. It's just not quite in the right spot. And Liquid double the kills like that. Still, OG have this opportunity now to steal some stacks. They see the stacks built up. They have the Shrine of Wisdom set up here from Natsumi as well. Ace is not safe still. Still level 5 in that Lycan too.
No, they're coming in for the Shrine of Wisdom. Ace is actually going to go for a fight. Maybe not realizing Yopaj is connecting. Disruption from Boxy going to buy a little bit of time. But ultimately, Ace probably not looking to make it out. Nisha will try to at least punish by going after Natsumi. Natsumi trying to get to the snowball, not going to get there, but gets the rocket flare off, still surviving. Natsumi! Oh. And Yopaj with the double stun. Surely he can't run out. He's run out.
No way!
Natsumi lives!
Ah,
the boy that could.
Oh, John Anthony Vargas playing on
Tofu.
edge.
Snipe him, Tofu. He doesn't. He can't do that to you, Tofu. Snipe him.
Come on.
Throw an arrow out.
Nah.
Don't let him do that to you.
Still hanging here, too. Oh, wait. Tofu?
Tofu's going to go as well. Scam. Oh, you know when the voice lines come out, these boys are feeling confident.
Oh, that they are.
They don't voice line until they're... Apart from Nico. Nico's a psycho.
Yeah, no, he's always on that. Still, I think this just comes down to the circumstances around Game 1. You know how Game 2 went as well, very evenly matched. Game 1, they had the advantage for a long time, just made a couple of mistakes. And that confidence, again, this attitude of OG, of wanting to learn. They've had a lot of chances to learn. They've had a chance to learn in this series. Same thing with Liquid. And so far, the learnings are showing up a little bit quicker on the side of OG. For Liquid's part, this is where some of that concern comes in. Yes, there's some massive team fight potential. There's some good push potential as well. They'll chase Tims.
Yeah, Nisha baiting in Tims with that ward. Not getting knocked to the high ground either. Tims will eventually, but Boxy's wait.
Radiant's middle tower
So no D ward here for Tims, and he will also lose his life to Nisha.
Yeah, nice freebie for Nisha to find, but again, some of the concerns for Liquid start to come in just a bit. You know, this DK still finding farm. Mika is keeping up with Natsumi's early build-up, but you have really sacrificed Ace's game along with Nisha's game so far.
Opage. Almost getting baited again. Won't do it this time.
Look at how active Natsumi is, joining Scam again with a smoke play into bot. They want to put a stop to Mika's farm.
They'd love to find Mika here. It's farming the Ancients at the moment. Scam, Natsumi, they're going to see him. Slowly but surely, they'll inch their way up. Boxy's going to be around the corner, always in the right position with this disruption. Ready to save. But how much longer can you save? Because Tims, he's here with the Ice Path. Mickey, all he can do is hope for a deny, but there's no creeps left. Meanwhile, Nico, shish kebabs in the back, sprayed down, even my voice line. Nico, everything. Chopla comes up.
The psychological warfare from Nico coming in full force. And you said it last time we saw the sticker. When you're up against Liquid, you know? When you're up against Boxy, you kill him, you make him see himself.
Oh,
What is that texture distortion as well?
don't question it, John. Don't question it.
It's a bunch
That's
of
all right. A couple teeth came out. That's all right. He's had a rough game.
That he has. Still, some timings now. Liquid defusal up on Boxy. Easier to land these chain rolls. They just need to find a good target. And it's been a bit of a slower game out for Nisha and for Ace, but you just need a couple of kills to go, and you can get that ball rolling back your way. Natsumi is the target that's here. They are collapsing on the right one.
Oh, this is the one you really want as Liquid. This is the one you really want. But Scam's going to break the smoke. Great positioning here from Scam. He's not even going to die for this either. Breaks the smoke of Nisha. No openings to be provided here for Liquid. But they can at least focus this tier 1 tower. Boxy, disruption is out. Nisha, he will commit the Rolling Thunder, but Natsumi immediately returns. They will juke out the stun as well with the snowball. And Nisha forced to run. Yopaj thinking about the Epi, won't throw it as they will lose Boxy, but now Yopaj, he found the big target. No, the drinking buddies! Scam dragging him back! Whoops! Whoopsie daisies!
It's the slow would have been quite nice, but I think Scam was also thinking that, all right, he's going to have the double jump ready. We already committed our stuns. You know, might as well try to get myself closer to maybe line up for a snowball. Doesn't quite pan out. And they do manage to avoid losing bigger targets, but you can see that pressure, the willingness from OG to keep this constant fighting up. Even Natsumi, he's been super active on the gyro. 4-0-3, 12 minutes in. And that's not just him sitting around farming. He's joining these dives. He's making these plays. He's making this Tusk pickup really work to its fullest potential. And that's allowed so much space to come in here for Yopaj and Nico. Blink for Nico, not too far off. Yopaj working into the Ags now.
Oh, they want Nisha again. Swashbuckle in 2 seconds. They should not have enough damage. Nisha getting out by the skin of his teeth. Very close call. And during all this time as well, I mean, I know Natsumi's been active, but he's been farming too.
Oh, yeah.
He's top of the net worth board by far on this gyrocopter. And keep in mind, this is one of his comfort heroes.
That it is. in comparison as well, you don't have like that massive stack build up to clear out yet. They haven't cleared their triangle ancients, whereas Liquid's already dipped into their coin purse here, clearing out their own stacks. Mid-tier 1 to go. No real defense coming out from Liquid anytime soon. And this is really the concern. Liquid, they have to play a little bit of a slower game. They need more time to play catch-up. Natsumi's gyrocopter is out of control in this game so far. And there's still more worrying timings. Again, Yopaj, if he gets this timing into the Ags, that's when the damage gets really sickening on that epicenter. Off that output with the Stingers coming in, it'll just make short work of the softer backline. And again, it's just a lot of area team fight that OG has drafted this game. Arena, epicenter up, even Macropyre and Ice Pat on top of all that. You might not be able to catch out this Pangolier and roll, sure. Everyone else is free game for OG once they have these tools ready, and it's not going to take too much longer. Liquid, they've got to find an answer somewhere. And you've got the armlet build up here for Mike into the BKB. You've got that full Helm of the Overlord Ace is trying to work towards. And that can have some impact, but even for Ace, this has just not been an easy game. Even if he was to wolf form around, the arena again is a major concern, at least until he gets himself a BKB. So looking for that backline chase is just not going to be easy. Natsumi again, inching towards his axe, already has the Dragon Lance up and the Falcon Blade at the ready. And he's just in such a protected spot in this top jungle. Normally this area after the tier 1's gone, it's just constantly invaded. But Liquid, they tried one time, they get punished for it, they haven't re-entered the area. And it's just a free game for the Gyrocopter. Now one thing for Liquid is, with Smoke and Moonlight Shadow, they can get a lot of work going. It's just that it does feel like they need to wait for some of these power spikes first.
Well, they do have the armlet now on Mike, so the Dragon Knight, not quite at the level where you really want to join the fight, but if you absolutely have to, you've got something to play with here as the DK. You can see Nisha already trying to go for the Aghanim Scepter build-up, does have the Diffusal Blade available. Of course, Mike going for the BKB straight after the armlet pickup with the MOM. Still very, very kind of dire straits at the moment for Liquid. They really don't have much play but to try and avoid OG the best they possibly can, or just hope for a big mistake to happen here from this dire side. But Liquid again, just bide their time. 4K net worth behind, not the biggest deal in the world. It's basically one good team fight from evening out.
Yeah, that it is. It's still relatively early in the game. All you need to do is just prevent further bleed out. You know, keep that farm game going, which you are. A lot of free space for Mika still. And the Overlord is eventually just going to come out from Ace. You can just buy out the ultimate orb in the Dire Side Secret Shop. Top tier 1 faults, no big deal. And the net worth still fluctuating between 4 and 5k. But now, Ags up on Natsumi. A ton of output here for our Gyro. Good stats to play with. Blink up for Nico. Does miss the mark on trying to jump Tofu so far. But they are starting to look to play aggressive. That is the blink reveal early here for our Mars, of course.
Well, here we go. TP's incoming. Mike wants to start the fight onto Scam. More TPs, but they will be cancelled. Nico trying to jump in, finds a spear onto Tofu. Disruption from Boxy will buy some time for the Mirana to get out, but they drop the arena. No leaving for Tofu.
No. Just want to hit and run, get a freebie kill, back off. It is really early to think about tier 2s. So all you want to do is just, again, find freebie kills, apply laning pressure, keep the lane shoved in as much as possible, and try to choke out Liquid for a bit. Mind you, Liquid have been doing a great job, despite some of these setbacks, to still get that farm onto Mike. It's a different story for Ace, but he has found parity with Nico, along with Nisha, not too far behind at least the offlane of OG at this point. Nisha, interesting spot.
Indeed, Nico, waiting patiently, will come out from the tree line, doesn't try to go to the high ground. Be very careful, Nico. So far on the mark with the MOUZ. Ace, Helm of the Overlord up. He hasn't been able to do too much with it yet. It has been a pretty hard game for Liquid. Boxy now having a search around. He is pretty much by himself, so Nico could try for this. Boxy does eventually get caught by a spear, at least getting the disruption off beforehand. Demonic Purge so he can go for a run. Even a salve out from Boxy. Nisha is south of him, but not really worth Nisha trying to get here. Another nice spear from Nico. And Boxy is gone.
I mean, again, he's buying so much space. It's 3 heroes rotating up top. It's the rest of the map opening up to stall for these timings to come in.
Boy's got the Ags up now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's painful for the Sand King. You get the Aghanim Scepter up. It's a very fast one as well. This can be real painful with a good epicenter. You can literally blow up a whole team pretty fast.
Yeah, tie that in with all the area control you've got here on OG. This is key timing with the smoke. Decent target. Mika's right in front here.
He is Mickey. Do they see him in time? They do. He runs right into the Mickey. The Moonlight Shadow might save. There's your epicenter. Now the Ice Blast and the Macro Pyre. They melt. Tofu at least avoids the spear, trying to move in again. So will Nisha. They're still going to take the fight with Ace, trying to at least pick off some supports. Yopaj on the retreat now as he will watch Tims die. OG still trying to move in. Nico spears back the wolf, but misses the tree. Nico alive thanks to the snowball of Skim. What are we even looking at? Where are we going? My motion sickness. OG still fighting. Meanwhile, Liquid still finding openings. They do have Boxy back into this team fight, but Ace is dropping low. They need to go quick. And OG, they're not done. They want more. Natsumi, has he gone a bit too far? No. Scam jumping in again. Will snowball back. Scam, where are we going, sir? Shards out. The sacrificial lamb. Scam will leave himself behind to allow the retreat.
And it's so worthwhile for OG. Big wins coming out. They get that. They get that kill onto Mika. That is terrifying on the steps. Just as a little bit of segue. They get that key kill with that smoke, with the reveal of the blinks, and you know, they're shutting down this DK again. He's starting to get a wider gap between him and Natsume. Mika needs this BKB for relevance and is not too far from it, but every single moment it's stalled out just means you're not able to take these fights. They're looking to go again. They've got Epicenter back up.
They really like finding Mika. Epicenter was being channeled. He does cancel. Meanwhile, top, Natsumi gonna go for a chase onto Nisha. Nico's coming in from the river as well, but he needs a bit of time to get there. Natsumi. Drinking buddies will drag him out of Skem. He wants to go right back into the fight, but oh my, that's a lot of damage from Nisha. Skem force a snowball out. Nico's still walking up. They could try to counter-initiate, and they just may as Natsumi. He's trying to move forward once again. Nico's got no real targets, but here comes Yopaj. He'll find Boxy. Tofu also in trouble. Tofu will go down. OG, they're not done yet. The hunt will continue. Ace, it's not safe. The twin gates. He needs to go another way, but the arena will lock him down. And the spray on top. They spit on his grave, John.
That's what you got to do. Mental warfare from OG. You know what? The old OG stack used to do that. The new one does it
Tail
as
and
well.
Seb, they're proud somewhere across the world.
Oh, they're smiling.
They're smiling right now.
They're smiling. And they have many reasons to smile. 6-19. 9K lead coming out for OG. At the mid-game point now, 21 minutes in. Full Satanic for Natsumi, not too far off now as well. Has the 2 parts up. Just needs that full Reaver. And with his farm pace, it's not going to take long to have that additional sustain kick in. We're already seeing, again, some of those early damage issues that you have here on Liquid. They just need more. Like, yeah, you have the BKB on Mika, but he's going to need that Daedalus as well. You're going to have to consider maybe the Ags if you'd want that, maybe the AC to prevent yourself from just getting melted by Natsumi. And again, for Liquid, it just feels like this pick with the Mirana. I don't think it's a bad hero, but they haven't been able to maximize, mainly because of how slow the laning start was. There was no hero to launch off these Moonlight Shadow invasions that you normally see on a more aggressive and, you know, early kind of style. And that just holds back the potential that this lineup has overall. For OG, BKB for Yopaj lining up soon. You've got the Shard for Nico to kind of pin multiple heroes down. They are trying to sneak around with the smoke. And Moonlight Shadow at the ready as well. Lines drawn into that triangle, scouting with wolves. Natsumi would be a big target if they'd want to commit.
Oh, Liquid the front line with Boxy. Moonlight Shadow popped. Skem not going to see them. Will eventually realize though the arena. 2 supports caught. Boxy, Tofu, both down. So is Nisha. Nisha trying to go with the Rolling Thunder. He was trapped in the arena. He'll run. Natsumi will chase. And they've got him. Nico puts the shield up. He's unrelenting, this bloke.
Oh, he really is.
He really, really is.
And this is definitely peak Nico performance. We've seen peak performances out from each player of OG. It's been a while. Again, we've seen this consistency from every single individual together as a team. They've got that opening for Roshan off the back of this. Not going to take too long to take this one as well. And you did pop everything from the side of Liquid to get that done. Skem with a quick response. And again, Nico just saving the day with his arena combo.
Yeah, he's very good.
Clipping at the end. Boxy, the only saving grace, at least getting the disruption off first to stall out that kill. Make them work for it, but they still find it in the end. 6-21, 11k lead for OG. As Liquid, it's been a struggle in this game. Mind you, this is the kind of position that we've seen Liquid drag themselves from out of the depths before. It just feels like so much more is necessary. And the path forward is just difficult. Like, your team fight is just lacking. It's all in on Nisha. Like, this Pangolier has to put in all of this work to get the control needed for the team to help set up for all of these combinations. We're not even seeing the utilization of, say, arrow setups.
Yeah, these guys are not done. Tofu caught out, cannot escape. Mike, is he all right? BKB's there. Walrus Punch, do they have it? No. No, in fact they did, but they couldn't get within range.
Oh, you're happy enough? BKB popped again. 8 seconds down for Mike. Not going to be able to just stand and fight with the Dragon form without that as well. And now the Siege comes in for OG. Still a lot of time on Aegis. Look at Natsumi's build. He's queuing up the Divine. He wants this done.
Let's be careful, Natsu. Don't forget, I'm only 20 meters away, Natsu. Let's be careful now, huh?
Oh, I wonder if he's really going to do it.
I mean, you know he's going to do it, John.
I mean, he's going to look like a genius.
We've casted these teams long enough. They want to go high ground. Tofu going to avoid at least the stun, but the chase continues. He's out of lead charges, and Tofu, he is going to go down. Nico, practicing his Arabic, Jonathan. He's doing a great job.
And he is.
He actually did say the voice lent to me in person.
Yeah,
he was very good.
We should get that on clip, as the OG will be getting some clips out of this so far. First set of racks already under siege, 25 minutes in. And on Liquid's end, there's no response. Look at their position. They're just working the map, cutting the creep waves up top, farming in that area as well. They're not looking for the defense. They know. They just don't have it just yet.
They can't.
They need more time.
They cannot. Anatsumi gonna back his way out. OG. Do you think they're playing this hard because they haven't got Jollibee yet? Like they've been promised. They just keep dangling the carrot in front of them.
Whose fault it is? Again, Manager Lane, Agent L.
He should have known.
L's.
He should have opened a franchise.
Yeah, he
What's
should've.
wrong with that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have words with him.
I will.
Shout out to Manager Lane, of course.
Big Team Liquid. They got to find some kind of opportunities for themselves. Like, it's just been so one-sided this game 3. They'll see Natsumi inviting them in. Disruption now, but Nico's waiting in the wake. This could be a horrible scenario for Liquid as that spear from Nico on 2 of them. It's a 2-for-1 special. Nikke forced the fight with the BKB. It's not looking good. He'll ban fight it up though, Nico. He does go down. Yopaj in trouble, and they do find a way. Team Liquid found 3 of them. Now the Aegis. Even the buyback from Boxy just to ensure Natsumi can't fight back. A triple kill for Ace. And suddenly Team Liquid finding the fight they've been waiting for.
Maybe just a little bit over-eager out from OG. The backline just got ripped to shreds. With his scouting coming in from Ace, he was using those wolves to spot the softer targets and just made it difficult for the follow-through to come in. We never saw the bigger spells thrown in this team fight. They managed to get that banish off, of course, but again, you didn't get the connection in. The backline of OG was just ripped. I mean, Skem stuck, being chased by Ace. They can't get the connections. It's the Wolves. The scouting Ace is providing is just massive. And without those tools, it's harder to get that follow-through control. It's harder to get that additional damage, especially with the Jakiro gone from the picture. That Macropyre does a ton of work. The Ice Pad is necessary for all of that control here.
I think it was as well Natsumi. He had the SD illusions on him the whole time. He couldn't clear him out quick. They were doing a lot of damage back to the gyro. You can't really ignore those illusions as you do farm up yourself. Now suddenly the net worth lead down to 5k for OG. Oh. Well, they were just at like 14 or 17k or something.
Oh, yeah.
One team fight. It's all it takes in a game like this.
Oh, and now you've got the full Daedalus as well on Mike. There is damage to deal now on this DK. I wonder what Natsumi goes for. He surely can't be queuing up this Divine still. Like, he's leaving it up. A Daedalus would be safer.
I feel like he's going to do it.
Oh, he's bought the Sacred Relic.
He's going to lock it and he's going to wait. I think, yeah, Natsumi will definitely do it. Balls of steel on this guy.
Boy.
I mean, not necessary right now, but balls of steel on Natsumi.
It's appreciated, but I mean, if he dies...
You heard what Blitz said. You heard it. We don't want boring games. We respect that, Natsumi.
True.
You do you, boo.
That he can, you know, as long as he's not playing Wind Ranger, right?
I've banned him from that hero.
No.
No more.
No more. Still. Liquid still in the game, showing us again that prowess to take these team fights. And it's like what the panel was saying, it can be hellish for these two supports to get snuck on like that. You have to worry about the Wolves as well. The scouting potential on this Lycan is quite high. And for OG, I mean, they still have room to grow. It's an Assault Cuirass for Yopaj next. You've got the Lincolns coming in for Nico to get some saves from that disruption, or the Dragon Tail stun. Full Guardian Greaves lined up for Skem. And for Tims, it's going to be an early Ags. He's got that Blink and Jakiro on top of it. So there's going to be a ton of damage in the arena, BKB or not. Like, you will have some good output here. It's just a matter of when will OG seek to re-engage, because they still have the map control advantage. The bot lane's going to constantly shove in. Next Roshan in a minute and a half, that's the safer play if OG would want to do that. They are clumped around to up top quite tightly together though. And they do have one smoke if they'd want to try something here, but not quite. It's Liquid grouped up on mid, drawing a very fine line into the clump of OG in that extended top jungle, but they are making it back to their base, so maybe missing out on the opportunity. Still some time left. And again, Roshan starts to become a reality. Just a minute left until we see the timer here.
Very, very scary now. I mean, OG still well and truly in the lead of this game, but they just found out they can bleed in this game 3. You know the saying, if they bleed, we can kill it.
Yep.
Liquid, they like their own discovery. It's Liquid, the 4-man smoke, hanging around the pit. OG not willing to have a disastrous fight like that again. Natsumi, couple 100 gold away from the Divine Rapier, which he definitely is not going to combine instantly. Are you, Natsumi?
One would hope.
Ag's now up on Tims. So the disgusting Macropyre Ice Path plays are here.
Beautiful. Again, just think of the damage you have in area control. It's all down to Nico. If he gets that arena initiation they're looking for, if he catches out the save, and the backline's protected, I mean, these fights are still very favorable for OG. We'll see.
4-man
to go out with a smoke. Not spotted by the Wolves, but the Wolves
Oh,
did see the
he
block.
combined it. Oh, he
boy.
combined.
Oh,
all right.
oh.
All right. Here we go, Natsumi. Show us the OG magic. Here we go.
Oh, I'm scared.
Hey, I love it. I like it. I like a bit of bravery. The game just got that much more exciting now.
It was plenty exciting without the risk.
Not exciting enough, apparently, for Natsumi.
Smoke on smoke now. I mean, Liquid, they could be in for a nasty surprise or a very happy time if they find Natsumi here. If they want to cross, it looks like they're expecting maybe a clump up for Roche. And again, they've got the Wolves to scout. Smoke faded in OG. They can check ahead here.
Oh, in this rune, the Wolves will scout out. Did they see the Divine? They just saw Natsumi there for a moment. They should have a good idea that he does have the Divine up. Roshan still a minute 20 seconds away from spawning. So many ways to scout, like the wolves, the arrows, shadow poison, just everything. For Team Liquid to try and get this information as Mickey now has a blink dagger up. So you've got a way to initiate directly.
They're smoked up and they're right under a wolf. They do kill it off now, but...
Well, Liquid, how do you initiate this fight? They've got the wards down the high ground. They're going to try and wrap around from the eastern staircase, rather western staircase. Scam. Going to be spotted. Rolling Thunder just pump faked for now. Tim's also being watched. Rolling Thunder will finally come through. Tim's immediately blown up. And now Natsumi, he's going to get held down. Natsumi, can they save him? No! No, they cannot. Team Liquid, they have got away back.
No!
Nico cannot TP with the Divine. And Team Liquid, they can't believe it. They can't believe it.
God.
The what? What a...
Oh, John Anthony Vargas and Bucket the Man, why? Why would you do this? No, no.
Oh,
no.
here it is.
Oh,
Here it is. Team
God.
Liquid onto the high ground. Nothing was wrong. It was not necessary.
Oh my God.
Team Liquid, they've got it. How do you stop them now? I think the whole team's just confused as to what's going on. On the side of OG, they'll buy back eventually. The Ancient is exposed. The back off now. Can they steal the Divine back? They'll try and get at least Nisha. Disruption though will buy some time. Ace will TP out. Nisha still fighting. Actually against 4 of them. Gets out. And OG suddenly scrambling to figure out what they have done.
Oh, that's some brain-hurting juice right there, Natsumi. Ed, this is, oh my lord. Liquid, clearly back into the game. One good team fight away from getting these diebacks into the Ancient.
If Liquid win, can you guys ask, could Slacks ask what they thought when they saw a Divine Rapier on the deck?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know if Natsumi's just making content for the boys, you know?
Anything for the boys. That's all right.
Anything for the boys.
Anything.
Oh, yeah. Top 4 being thrown out for the boys. Sure.
That's all right.
They'll take it.
That's all right.
They'll take it.
Oh, what was that old saying? Upper bracket is for bitches or something?
It's something like that. I guess all you have to do is kill Mike, which, you know, he's right there.
There he is. Nisha going to start with the Rolling Thunder. Mikke going to move in. BKB through the spear. Nico is holding the bulwark up, trying to protect his team, but they are just melting. GG.
Yeah.
And Natsumi calls it himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Team Liquid secure top 4.